Alright, hello.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to more Snowbound Blood, a vast terror story.
Hello everyone, my name is Markiplier.
Hello everybody, my name is Mark I Player, and today we're here to play a funny little game. It's called Scrub. Now, I got this thing in the mail, just completely out of nowhere, and I don't really get it. I thought it was just in this nice little green little package, but we're gonna be playing it today. How's everyone doing today? I don't know. Jesus Christ! For as many times,
Markiplier in a long while.
No, I haven't. Probably since like 2015, something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time.
Hello, TV.
But yes, hello everybody. I hope you all are having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. First of all, Owl Sight. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Good name, by the way. I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
It's very good.
Yes. Hello to you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Hello to Dracoth and Iron and River.
Yes.
As well. Hello
to you all.
I persistently to ignore society, have people problems.
Not even surprising. There's at least one route, a volume that is just Cecily like, I'm going to ignore everything. I am tired.
Yeah, Cecily has a disorder called PAID, Problems and Issues Disorder.
Oh, I think Cecily has mental illnesses.
She has many.
Oh, she do have many mental illnesses. God.
Cecily and Necron's route be like, I'm no longer mentally ill.
Oh God. If only. Yeah,
If only that were true.
Cecily passes on her mental illnesses to Kratos.
No.
Fucked up and evil moments from Cecily.
Illness Osmosis.
God, and we were just speaking about Osmosis before we started.
Yeah, true. We were I have bio class this semester, so that's why we discuss Osmosis to people watching.
Well, that and also funny Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, funny Osmosis Jones mostly. Not the actual process of osmosis, although that is fascinating.
I will inject Osmosis Jones into your bloodstream.
Could be a cop, or I could face my personal relationships.
Jesus. Yeah,
we'll see about that.
Well, we'll see, honestly. My guts decided today was the day I need to install Twitch on the Switch to make up my phone breaking. Can't type, so I'm just gonna lurk. That's completely fair. That's understandable. Also, I watch streams on my Switch now because it's just very nice to have it on my television. So understandable. Have a good day.
Why get an iPad that has a Twitch app when you can get the Switch with Twitch? That's
so true. So true though. Nope. Everybody get funny. Everyone get funny iPad. Nobody get funny iPad.
Did I ever tell you about how I got an iPad a few years ago for Christmas, and literally I lost it. I don't know where the fuck it is. I'm
so sorry. That sucks.
I don't know where it is, and yet I barely used it, so I don't feel attachment.
Before I get into that, do you think Reviton has family therapists? I hope so. I fucking hope so.
I mean, temps exist, I guess.
Yeah, but
so therapists, I guess, exist, but also it's you know, it's weird and complicated.
Yeah, Repiton be like, mental illnesses, what is those? Oh, wait. Oh, shit. Okay, huh? You get therapist for, I don't fucking know, just, corporate really just be like that.
Yeah.
I do want to say, do you not have, did you not, have GPS on it? Not GPS, but, the Find My iPad?
I don't.
Fucked up.
And honestly, I never registered for it, so.
I'm so sorry. That is genuinely
It's okay, I feel nothing.
You feel nothing, and nothing, and nothing, and nothing.
I feel nothing for Apple products.
Understandable. That's fair. You have a funny tablet.
Thank you. Yeah, I do.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Volume 9 of Gears, Green, and Green Horns. Okay, it it's a is a green horn. Is that just for? Does that just mean blood color, or are like greenhorns, or is like greenhorn like a? I don't.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Like for Greenhorn specifically,
Yeah, like is this a reference to something, or is it like a tool, or like I don't know.
I don't know if I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, let's get into it. Actually, wait. Before we do, here's the question. Do you want to be Glom or do you want to be Cinare?
Honestly, I have no idea what I want to read, like which route I want to narrate for versus which character I want to voice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do really like reading Cinare's route,
Okay.
but it's ultimately up to you.
No, we'll
I
go
know
with that.
that like okay, so to warn you, in both of these routes there's gonna be some switching perspectives
Oh,
in like a major way.
interesting.
Um, so in Glummer's route, uh, you have the opportunity to be in Necron's perspective for a little bit, and in
Oh.
Cinare's, I'll get to that later once we're done with Glummer's route.
Sure. Also, you don't know just how hard I pogged.
Yeah,
God.
Necron's POV in Glummer's route is fantastic.
Fair. Uh,
Let me look up the word
that's a
greenhorns.
that's a that's a good idea. Um. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here. On the one hand, no. Okay. Yeah. If you want to read Snare, that's totally fine. I will read Glommer.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, sounds good.
Yes. Do you need Do you need time to continue looking up what a greenhorn is, or
Nah, I'm good.
okay? Sounds good. All right. The game board is falling into place. Figures connected by patterns beyond their comprehension move into their positions. Factions come together, and opponents are pitted against each other. The playing field has been never level. But did you ever think it would be? That is not the game at play here. No. The rules of this game are too complex for you to define, and unknowable stakes hang in the balance. The resolution of this contest will ripple across a universe far vaster than you have ever suspected. Perhaps it's for the best that you do not realize your importance. Hi, hi, Guyon. Okay. Uh, it's a heavy burden to bear, and you already have plenty of those, don't you? Now, we find ourselves at a turning point. Two players prepare their next moves. Apparently, one of the greenhorns and gnomes is punk, so it's probably Princess Snare. Ah, I see. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, fun fact. Fun fact.
Yep.
Twitter won't. Sorry, Twitch won't let me write down greaser like
Oh wow.
to describe Cinare. I could not actually put it in.
On Twitter?
No, on Twitch.
Oh. Hmm.
I don't know.
It's probably like a kind of a derogatory term in a sense,
Is
like
it?
historically.
Is it? I thought greaser
I
just meant like it was
yeah,
just
its origins I know usually when people use the term greaser it's like for like, 1950s like
yeah.
fashion and such, but I know that one of the origins for it is kind of offensive towards specifically Latin American people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. Okay. All right. How do you pronounce Calmer's last name?
Hickner.
Hickner. Okay. Oh, he does seem like a Hickner. All right. Glomer Hickner.
All right. I guess since yeah, I'll read Cecily and the prose here.
Yes.
And you're absolutely positive the sigil you found belongs to Noxious? Without a hint of conspiracy or shadow of a doubt.
Yeah!
Your partner, conversational and occupational, jogs up to your side once he's finished. Direct quote, crossing knots, forward-facing tots.
Trust me, this is totally legit. I know it sounds kind of sketch, but it's the real deal. 110%. We're about to blow this fucking frozen soda treat stand.
You wince as he drops that curse so close to you on the ground. Please, you're trying to telepathically impart. Keep it clean down there.
You're looking at me funny. Something wrong with talking explosives with a little ankle biters?
Necron, if you're going to be accompanying me to the reduplication caverns, you need to be on your absolute best behavior. And that, quite notably, is a very big if. This is one of the most guarded areas in all of Rebaton. You're not a Jadeblood, you're not an Enthal, and you are most certainly not a child. It's a miracle I am permitted to enter. Do you know the amount of paperwork I'm obligated to fill out for as much as 5 minutes at the entrance? Eragon gives your rhetorical questions some thought. You crook a brow in his direction before deciding to speed this exchange along. Keep your mouth clean is what I'm saying. Unless you'd like a personal talking to from Miss Hecrix herself.
Oh, solid. You'll be able to nosh a 12-course meal off my cob palate. Promise. You know, before it slipped my noggin, I thought a gnarlier way to spin the tail behind me finding that punk.
You shoot him an ice-cold glare and he scrambles to stick the landing.
Assassinating punk signal. Totes what I was going for there. Anyway, get this, partner.
I've heard it thrice already, and really don't need yet another rerun of these events clogging your memory. As thankful as you are for your perfect recall, it can sometimes be a double-edged sword in your life. Assuming it works as intended, that is. You're trying to get better at not conceptualizing such things about yourself as perfect, even if you did once take pride in the idea. Listen, it's quite alright. I promise the story was sufficiently thrilling the first 3 times.
Oh, psh. It don't count as 3 if you didn't hear me. You just get so lost in that head of yours sometimes. You don't even listen.
You try to protest to this injustice, but Necron raises a cold, metallic finger up to your lips to shush you. Something inside you shrivels up in distaste.
I'm serious. If I bite it, I'm gonna need you retelling to be snuff. That scene was mammoth as all get out.
You don't actually sigh, but let the record state that you're emotionally exhausted enough to sigh.
Let me quickly check something here. You're not a Jadeblood, you're not an Enthal, and you're not most...
Well, it's like Sestro and his ancestor.
Yes, exactly.
Since they're the heads of corporate.
Yes. So here's how it's gonna go down. Love Muffin got an email filled with all kinds of scrambled garbo. Not really a word in not a real word in the whole doc. Couldn't understand jack myself.
Figures that a Noxious will be able to get past something as simple as a contact block. Love Muffin, you note, is Orica. The Necron rule of thumb is that any unassigned pet names automatically falls to his mate spread.
But you know my guppy, sharp as saw blades. Cracked the code in no time flat. She was all tippy-tappy typing, and then she was all, I'm in, darkened lenses.
Excuse me? When do I get to hear these alterations you mentioned? This is all painfully familiar so far.
I'm getting there. Hold on here, I need a moment. I need to get back. I'm not doing this right. I'm fucking up the Australian accent. Look, do you want to pay due respects to my possible future corpse? And nah.
For real this time. You get the feeling that he's about to ask where he was before you interrupt him. So you preemptively tell him he was headed to the ruins of the Tom Cruise Memorial Theater 1.
The Tom Cruise Memorial Theater 1. Christ. Is he still a Scientologist in this universe?
I don't know.
Good question.
Probably.
Right. She cracked the code and sent me to check out the coordinates she scavenged. Guess Noxious was a total crom trues nut. Tom
Trues nut.
Crom trues nuts. I can't believe they added Crom to Snowbound Blood. No way. Tom Cruise nut. Nutty enough to try to mess up an already ruined theater, that is. There was a radio buried under some rubble that turned out to be a bomb. I would have kicked it for real if the countdown had been a second lapse. Defused it in the nick of time. I've seen the mod before, so I wasn't exactly...
Here we go, it's time for the punchline you're more than familiar with. The answer is so ingrained in your mind, you can't help but blur it out with him. Tuning out.
Blown away.
Wait, what? I thought you said...
Told you I made changes, didn't I? There it is. Blown away works a million times better, don't you think? Before it burst, though, it croaked something out with a janky robot voice. Break down the database. I'd bet my life that meant some kind of reduplication records. Got a hunch that there's some kind of double entendre with the whole breaking down thing. Sigils got themselves some associated meanings, right? I heard a thing or two about there being a bunch of concepts linked to them, and sounds like the kind of ancient stuff those guys would keep on hand. That, or erect shop down there. Which means we defo investigate anyways, just to be safe.
Necron continues to recite the aftermath of his tale, going to the excruciating details of the medical attention received from Orca, which you really don't need to hear again. You're honestly skeptical about there being any immediate danger inside the caverns. That will be a severe crisis if true, and everything appears to be functioning as normal. Necron's hunch doesn't entirely convince you either, but Noxious is unpredictable above all else. You're mostly taking Necron along for technological assistance, if the need for it arises. You and computers don't bode well, and he's picked up a thing or two from his mate's Brit.
No, you and technology don't work well, huh? Jesus Christ.
Alright, he's passed the gory surgery pun, which means this particular topic is over.
Really put the surgeon! So, the new punchline's pretty boss, right?
At this point, you're familiar enough with Necron to know which way leads to paths of least resistance. You give him a non-committal hum and stuff your hands in your pockets. I'll admit the new version is far more thematically appropriate, but only from an objective standpoint. I enjoyed the humor. Are you finished? He is. Thank the gods. You take a deep breath, put on your best professional look of neutrality, and nod in the direction of the cave entrance. The accoutrement golems standing guard over there have probably been incredibly suspicious of you for the past 10 minutes. Not the best start, but what can you do? The two of you stop 6 feet in front of the constructs. You calmly endure their robotic stare-downs and ignore your technophobic nerves with poise and grace. Secily Ayopara, I'm here for a priority Aleph case. There's a low whirring as their processors take this information in. Yes, you sure as hell are Secily Ayopara, and this sure as hell is the most important mission of them all. Necron entirely ignores your earlier insistence that you do the talking, and strolls up to introduce himself, complete with an offered handshake of his metal hand.
Necron X-Mod, I'm with the genius over here. How's it hanging?
There's no dramatic build-up to the negative-sounding chime that blasts from the speakers in their torsos, as the two of you are flatly denied entrance. God damn it. They swivel their heads towards each other in a grim reminder that you absolutely hate listening to these things. Their local communication sounds like a tinny version of nails on a chalkboard. Necron, however, is only dealt a blow to his emotions. This isn't a matter you're going to take lying down, though. You clear your throat and grab their attention once more. With all due respect, his accompanying me is no light decision. He's a vital asset to the case, and absolutely must come with me. He's fully aware of the importance of keeping to himself, and I'm sure you'll find that I've accounted for the possibility of an appropriate third party in my submitted paperwork. The following series of displeased clicks makes you clench your fist behind your back. You had a feeling this particular leg of your mission would turn out this way, but you keep pressing. I am the chief regulator, and I will have you know that I am perfectly qualified to select my own investigative partners. Would you like me to call your superiors and explain on your behalf why you played a part in the failure of this case? I am just one phone call away from... You feel a metallic hand clap down your shoulder, freezing you in your tracks. Your blade hand twitches, as it always does, when you're seconds away from pulling it out. For a moment, you almost forget these intimidation tactics don't work in machines.
Look, Sess, it's fine. I get it. Just go on ahead without me. I'll wait for you outside.
Normally, you'd be ecstatic at the idea of doing things solo. That's how you operate for sweeps. But the notion of leaving Necron behind at this junction twists something in your gut. Marginally, you mean. You're not that close, but you think you're close enough that you feel something.
Oh, baby has emotions.
Fine. I'll see you soon. Don't do anything stupid out here while I'm gone.
Don't worry about none of that. Remember to make the right call, Secily. Hang loose.
Necron raises his hand up in the universally understood signal for hanging loose. You know, the one you make when you're mimicking a phone with your head. When he winks at you, it clicks. I'll keep in touch. With that, he saunters off, letting you pass through security with the only added hurdle of having weapons confiscated. You give Proserpina one last longing glance as you step into the elevator.
Starlight, I believe that they're gonna be able to communicate from within inside. Like,
Yeah.
that they have a means of communication.
Yeah. Necron's called Secily before.
Yes. Oh my god, look at this fucking place.
Yeah.
I think the big things for me here are that, one, there's BoJack Horseman in the fucking... oh wait, no, they can't actually see that. There's BoJack Horseman in the top right corner, which is immensely fucking funny. Just in a kid's play place, there's just... oh, I think all kids should watch Depressed Horse Show.
I also love friggin' like, well, first off, I'm a big fan of SpongeBob and Patrick in the right side there, and also Bling Bling Boy.
Yes, and also there's Perry, and there's Ben 10, and there's the Critic. I can't tell all the way in the... did I do it? Yes, I did. I can't tell what...
Mandark, I see Mandark there.
Oh, is there a Mandark?
To the right of Bling Bling Boy.
Oh man, that's very small. Yeah, like
I don't know all of them, because it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, I know Austin himself definitely picked out like the shows to put in here.
Yes, I think that's extremely funny. Also, there's just a Master Shake on a table.
Yeah.
God. Yes, and there's also a cat dog. Bless the cat dog. Jesus Christ, this is so much. I love it.
This really is just a preschool area.
This is a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. All at once, you're smacked in the ears with the cries and rampant laughter of all sorts of kids, and all sorts of colors. This sweeps batch sure is lively. They must have had a larger sample size than usual. Thankfully, your entry into the class playroom is a blip on the radar. All of the young trolls are content to mind their own kid business. On top of that, you don't see any teachers around. The closest thing to adult supervision you can find is some kind of life-size Bart Simpson-themed jungle gym in the corner. If you're quiet, you should be able to get through without alerting anyone. You may have filed your papers for Cavern entrance, but the records room is a little above your level of authority. Slowly, you inch your way around the perimeter of the room, taking great care to look as inconspicuous as possible, which is, admittedly, not much. You're nothing but sharp edges. extremely out of place in this bright and harmless playroom. To think these places used to be war zones.
What? Was this? Oh, this was a bunker, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bunker.
Oh my god, that's so fucked.
Yeah, all repurposed into very guarded classrooms for kids.
Whack. Okay.
Yep. Somehow you managed to catch Sabine's insignia garishly graffitied on the board to your right and sigh. That kid sure loves his neon. This place must have been an inspiration for him. You keep hugging the wall, headed toward the door by the far corner. You should be able to scout your...
Psst. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
You freeze in place at the sound of someone much older than you expected. Figures. You're hoping to make it through without incident. Wishful thinking. Slowly you turn around to face them. Terrifying!
Bart?
Bart? Question mark?
You're Secily, right?
What the hell is this? You barely keep yourself from gasping at the sight of a very alive and very moving Bart Simpson. There is a person in that thing the whole time? Ugh, it looks unsettling. Yes, I am. I'm here on official business. This is...
Yeah,
They cut themselves off with a big, long yawn that lasts about 5 seconds longer than the typical one does.
I know who you are, Chief Regulator. I've heard the whole 9 expanses about you. The thing about BiteCon and Dari is that they talk a lot. Word spreads around fast between us for better or worse.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you're another one of those boys I keep finding myself having to deal with?
The foreign only. And before you ask, I'd like to make a few things clear. At least in my priorities being how you got in here in the first place, because I'm most definitely not paid enough credit to care.
I love him so much.
He's very good.
Well, that's fortunate, I guess. Still, you can't help but feel offended at how cavalier he's being about his position on Hamifi's behalf.
Okay, so forget everything you've heard about how we got our name. It's a heaping pile of nonsense garbage. No, BiteCon didn't win a medal, and no, and Dari didn't see the name for Gold in the Stars, and no, Kratom wasn't holding a sword and reciting.
You sigh, rubbing your temple. Stop talking. I assure you I wasn't going to ask about that at all.
Yeah, you and literally everyone else will know.
It's very strange not being able to see his face as he's talking. His voice isn't giving you much to work with other than exhausted. He's also talking to himself. A lot. It makes you wonder how any of these boys manage to engage in conversation with each other in a timely fashion.
Nobody should care, because there's not even a story behind it. The Boys is just a backup name we use due to group indecision. That's legitimately all there is to know. Wait, what are they?
That's it.
Okay. That's really all to know. That's it, freeze frame, and roll credits. It's current the whole damn thing. Turn and eat your puppet, your blood pumper out, because we were staring on who's the line with Fraser.
You give him a blank stare as he slowly descends into a barely contained turmoil of his own making.
I wanted to be an actor. But nope, I'm stuck with the Wriggling Day entertainment for these punk rats. Or as I'm contractually obligated to call them, treasured guests.
Okay, that's quite enough of that, you think. As deeply fascinating as this man's failed career plans sound, you have essential reduplication records to raid. You start to back away slowly, hoping he won't notice you move a hair at a time. There's a wriggling thing, is there? Please, tell me more.
Man, I don't know if there even is one today. I'm usually forced to perform anyway, so I stopped keeping track. It's like nobody around here has a little enough dignity to put on an ugly cartoon mascot suit. I know! Real shocker.
careful, you better pick your jaw off the floor before some snot-nubbed pre-adolescent roller skates over it.
You're almost there. Your hand is on the handle, and boy, are you glad he just keeps talking. You can slip away and leave, Bart to his duties the moment he looks the other way.
And then they have the nerve to call me a substitute teacher. Like they're not perfectly aware that... Okay, I know you're busy, but, like, can you just say that you need to leave instead of backing away like I'm trying to kill you? You really can't be sneaking around me when my boy girl is a fucking magician.
You know what? You don't even know what you were thinking. Trying to vanish right in front of his eyes. Sue must be throwing you off. Well, if he's going to keep being a thorn in your side, you figure you'll at least become a useful one. Very well. You are going to tell me how to gain access to the Populous database. You level him with one of your best intimidating official stares. It's non-negotiable.
Sounds wrong, considering I haven't seen the record rooms actually. Alright. Question. More of a statement, really. I don't care about what you're doing.
You are aware that I'm the chief regulator. It is undoubtedly in your best interest to cooperate.
Yeah, that's what you all say when you need us to do something we don't want to do. You really are a legit regulator. I'm sorry for even doubting your skills.
I love him so much, he does not give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit, and I love that about him. He's so cut and crass. It's great.
He says it with enough derision to make your expression sour. Whatever. If he hasn't seen the database, then he's of even less use to you than before. In that case, I have other people who can assist me. Good day.
Well, la-dee-da. If your secret assistant is so useful to your mission, then why didn't you bring him in with your fancy pants security clearance?
Slip of the tongue. Your eyebrow twitches in irritation.
That's a rhetorical question. I'm not invested in this scenario in the slightest.
It's none of your concern, as a matter of fact, so it works out for both of us.
Okay, so you're saying that you tried and you failed. Sorry, my life. Well, no. Bet 10 loops you tried to walk right in with them before the golems showed the poor sucker the door.
None of your concern. You can tell you reply just a hair too quickly as soon as the words leave your mouth. Not that it matters. You are still here on official business. You turn around and prepare to shut the door on him, but something he says catches your attention.
Man, wouldn't life be so much easier to just get them in somehow?
He says it with the precise amount of forced wistfulness needed to convey that he's offering you a deal. You pause, then you curse under your breath, before turning towards him again. You have 10 words to explain yourself.
So, like, are Jadebloods contractually obligated by their blood to reduplication similar like their Eternia?
I mean, yes, kind of. I know Gerbat is definitely, like, an exception to that but mostly because, like, maybe has allowed him to live outside to study plants, and also the fact that he's, like, got a chronic illness that he got. But yeah, no, aside from Gerbat, who is, like, definitely an exception to the norm, yeah, the norm is that most Jadebbloods are supposed to be involved with reduplication or teaching or just children somehow.
Mm-hmm. I'd love to see Gerbat with a funny little kid. Just, I'd love to see how nurturing he could be, because that's a dad. Gerbat is a dad.
Yeah.
I forgot how hilarious Glommer is. Oh, he's so fucking good. I'm losing my goddamn mind. He's such a good foil to Secily, who cares so much.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring it up, but the kid at the bottom of the screen looking at Secily is looking behind the text box.
Well, we can't see that because of Bart, but...
Yeah, I did notice that. I did notice that there was a child right beneath the text box earlier. It is very funny. He knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. Well, I'll just kill Bart. He just won't exist anymore. God.
I can smuggle them in if you take over for me.
You squint at him. Even with his previous carelessness, you're stunned to see Jadeblood make such an offer. You know that's his caste, for the record, due to his being neither an Enthal nor a child. Accoutrement golems can't speak your language, so they're also off the table. Process of elimination. You make a mental note to let him even know about this little attitude as soon as you're out of here.
You're gonna rat him out? Fuck you, class traitor Secily. Fuck off.
Do I get to explain the terms and conditions, or are you just gonna keep glaring at me? You're not melting the Bart suit with whatever eye lasers you think you have, lady. This thing absorbs heat like no one's business. For the record, this deal may very well leave you broken by the end of it on several emotional and psychological levels. Better get used to the right stench of sweat and fear, because it most definitely will replace a majority of your primary gray matter functions. Full disclosure, it's mostly gonna be sweat.
Stop wasting my time. Tell me what I need to know.
You see this?
Bart motions over to the rest of the playroom. It's every J's ideological paradise. A full gaggle of kids, safe and sound. Normally, classes are split between the higher and lower shades, mainly just for ease of teaching, physiological social differences. J's and Sea Dwellers, on the other hand, are rare enough to get their own separate classes. Honor students, as the official designation goes. At playtime, though, they all converge. The only thing missing from this perfect picture is the teacher explaining something academy or safety related. And the mandatory cha-cha slide time. There's always a required level of cha-cha slide competency for these kids to worry about.
God.
Despite it all, Bart is showing to play soft with the same enthusiasm one would harbor for a garbage dump.
This is the first circle of my own personalized hell. I have to watch and entertain these treasured guests, so I can't leave this place.
And why aren't you currently participating in your duties?
I'm on break right now.
But he's still here? He was being crawled all over. He answers your question before you can properly formulate it.
If the grubs are left totally unattended, at least he's gonna turn me into pre-particleized cube meat. She just knows somehow. She just
Somehow.
Oh, yeah, okay. So meow.
So meow!
She just knows somehow. She always knows. But that's where you come in. If you wear the Bart suit, you're halfway to being the perfect replica of me. Lose your faith in Trollkind, and then you're the other half complete, and you're the other half complete Lamau. Honestly, taking care of the little guys isn't even all that hard. They're only ever wanting like 3 things anyway. Sugar, stimulation, and Simpson shit. The only solace I have in a daily is hoping that our ancestors suffered just as hard as we did dealing with them.
This is the most ridiculous undercover mission you have ever witnessed. And your acting chops are still abhorrent, but you'll take what you can get. Besides, you have some experience caring for grubs. You think you can handle grub sitting, even if you're technically a little older than grubs by this point.
Oh, Secily. Oh, Secily.
Yeah.
Oh, sweetheart. You're gonna fuck this up so hard. As someone who has professionally worked with kids on multiple occasions, you're gonna fuck this up so badly.
Yeah, although also Secily is not wrong here. She has raised Sestro and Mifi, both.
This is true. That's 2 kids versus what it looks like 20 to 30.
Yeah, true.
She will get eaten alive.
She's a fail MILF.
Cops can't be MILFs. That's just a known fact. Cops can't be MILFs. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, actually. When you lose your MILF card when you become a cop.
You lose your MILF card?
You lose your MILF card.
And while you're keeping these volatile brats sated, I head out with a bigger costume and sneak your partner in.
all things considered, it sounds vaguely reasonable. You have your doubts it'll function as planned, but it's not like you have any moral objections. Fine. What's the catch? What are you asking for in return? You somewhat get the impression he's giving you a blank stare.
What are you talking about? Did I not mention that I get to leave my post?
Doesn't he just sound like employee of the Blink material? You're sure Necron would want to have some words about his work ethic.
I'm gonna kill Secily.
You give your new accomplice a nod that says yes, you're willing to do this. He brushes past you and into the break room.
Come on, the suits are in here. Can't change around them or else I'll find out the bart's not real.
He never did see the point of lying to kids about this sort of thing, but you shake those thoughts and follow him inside. The break room is far less chaotic than the play area. Well, in comparison. By itself, it's still a bit of a sty,
like a pigsty.
Okay, yeah, sty. Also, I love all these little kid doodles.
They're very good. There's one of him. There's one of him. There's two of him. No,
there's four of Hamifi.
There's a Glommer. Wait, why is Glommer's actually there? Holy shit.
Oh, only Bart's costume though. Only Bart costume Glommer, not Glommer himself.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Gurbat. Excuse me. Yeah, Gurbat's there.
Gurbat, there's Sestro.
There is Sestro. Well, I love. Wait, is that Hamifi holding the hands of Bart or Sestro?
Yes.
Okay, that's very funny. Holy shit. Who's the person on the wall holding the baby?
I believe that's one of the artists who worked on Snowbound Blood, Chumi.
Oh!
That's their troll Sona.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is the baby anyone?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. That's just a child. That's just a random child.
Just a random child. And also I love the little pictures of Kreidemann and Dari on the locker.
Oh, I actually, I can't... Oh, no, I do see them. Okay, those are very good.
Yeah. Alright, the break room is far less chaotic than the play area. Well, in comparison. By itself, it's still a bit of a sty. We close the door behind you just in time to witness Bart decapitating himself. Man, it's hitting you just how big this thing's head is, now that the troll underneath isn't wearing anymore.
I'm Glommer, by the way. Not that it's any of your business either, but telling people that my name's none of your business is kind of getting old since they usually believe me.
Glommer is already getting rid of his costume, which he suspects is a bigger source of joy to him than he's letting on. You decline to comment on the matter and take the head from his hand so he can unzip himself. You stare into those bulbous, lifeless eyes, trying to muster the courage to don the mask for yourself. You're mostly just afraid it will snag on a horn. You're sure this will fit. I'd really rather not get it stuck. I like my dignity just fine where it is.
Fun fact, actually. Bart Simpson was designed to have a big head because he wasn't going to be a live-action character, so they had to fit an actor's horns inside the mask. Guess they grew attached to the elongated head because it gave the extra benefit of making his facial expressions more apparent with the new proportions when he's turned into a cartoon instead.
As off topic as this is, it's admittedly somewhat fascinating. You glance at Glommer's horns and nod with a neutral hum. Interesting move.
Yo, Heather, how's it going tonight?
Hi, Heather.
I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, I just noticed that don't forget you're here forever up top.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Glommer soon sheds his suit in full, and you glance back at the window and the door that's exposing you both to the children that still don't know that Bart's not real. And here you are, holding his head. I'm no schooling expert, but I do find it curious that the break room is so connected to the playroom. You're not worried about people seeing you through the windows? You've started to dress yourself by reverse engineering the process you just saw. It's not bioscience, but it's a little bit embarrassing.
Nah, it's a one-way mirror. They can't see shit in here. They want us to be able to scout the room for danger in case of emergencies, but there's not been incident sweeps. You know when the last one was? A goddamn fucking skull titan burned its way from up to the core.
Glomer's running around the closet for something. The bigger alpha that is going to use to sneak Necron in, you're assuming. You should probably let Necron know about that, actually.
That ugly pile of nightmares barged right in and turned the whole place into beef jerky. Killed a few kids and teachers in the process. I think it took the little clay blood girl. We don't know what the deal is with that, but she was never seen again, at least not officially. Clay blood girl? Is that... is
Skull Titan, Clay Blood.
What, am I missing something with that?
That's Dismas.
Oh! Oh, right! Dismas is trans. Right,
Yes,
okay.
Dismas trans.
Yes, okay.
This is pretty much like the first confirmation that he is, in fact, a trans guy.
Got it. Okay. Just, the clay blood confused me because I wasn't sure if it was talking about reddish clay or grayish clay, and I'm like, a gray blood? I don't think that's...
No.
Okay. That's
It's
whack.
just another word for, bronze, I guess.
Got it, okay. Cool. Just had to assume she was good as dead.
Someone was complaining about Bitcon and Dari being so talkative. He sure is happy to run his mouth. You get the impression he doesn't usually have the chance to speak his mind like this, especially with such a colorful vocabulary going on. You're still working on fitting your arms into the outfit by the time Glomer emerges in the outfit. It's even more absurd than the one he was wearing earlier.
I fucking cannot. Oh my god.
You somehow recognize it as Bart's Lucis, Santa's little helper, despite your complete lack of interest in the show. There's enough room for a second person in the bag, which currently paints a sad, deflated picture. Don't you think it's going to be suspicious exiting with 2 working legs and coming back with 4? The guards aren't fools.
No. Check this out.
There is some shuffling, and then the sound of wooden stilts clacks against the floor as the empty, sagging space in the back starts to fill up. He parades around the room a little. Sure enough, the suit looks well occupied.
Yeah, it's a 2-peep costume, but they didn't actually give me a partner to work this thing. Guess I just kind of figured it out, I guess. God, it'll be a relief to actually have someone else in here for once.
Impressive. Just make sure you don't arouse any suspicion. I'm putting a lot of frankly unwarranted trust in you. If you let me down, you will be hearing from me again.
Oh no. Consider me spooked to shit or whatever.
Alright, you're both suited up. There's just one more step before your disguise is complete. Put on the mask.
That's what the point of the mask is.
Can't. The first thing you notice is your limited vision. You should be able to avoid colliding with obstacles, but it's still mildly inconveniencing. That sounds like a bad. Does it not fit properly? Do I have it on incorrectly? Unfortunately, the one-way mirror Glomer mentioned earlier is the wrong way around for you to get a good look at yourself. Glomer shakes his head and sighs.
How do I put this adequately, and also in terms you won't kill me for? You look way too straight edge for the part. Let your back way into it. Stop puffing your chest out. Let your posture be lost to the void. Or don't, I don't fucking care. Kids are dumb. I won't notice. I mean, you definitely don't have my voice, so we're probably fucked anyways, but I'll enjoy the extended break while it lasts. Good luck out there. My condolences, etc., etc.
And with that, Glomer marches towards the door you both came through, only to come to a stop right in front of it.
Could you,
You get the message and open the door yourself. He shovels out like the sad, sad creature he is, and you lose sight of him.
Oh my god!
Sad, sad creature.
Fucked up!
Okay, Cecily.
Are you
Time to
good?
take care of some children. You got this. You're meant to act like Like the character you have no knowledge of, but you got this. You return to the playroom, sporting your best slouch and making a point to shuffle your feet on the way in. Now that you have a moment alone, you quietly tell Yves to contact Necron. Alright, so this is where the perspective shifts comes in. I'm pretty sure the option here is saved either way. So you
Okay.
choose which one you want to do first.
I want to be Necron.
Okay, be the other guy.
You are now Necron Export. You've been doing your best to kill time out here, because the last thing you'd ever do is ditch your new pal. Unfortunately, it's starting to sink in just how much you're below at waiting. This is most certainly unexcellent.
It's most certainly unexcellent is my favorite line.
Oh, it's very good. You wonder if it'd be a bad call to go back to your truck and listen to some good old classics. Just takes just 2 notes to relish in the ancient history of Smash Mouth. Oh, your Palm Pilot's going off. That's what you call your phone because you get a major kick out of it. Cecily but a bit in the dust down there. You pick up before the 3rd beep can finish ringing. Hey, what's the goss, bud?
Necron, good news. We're getting you inside.
Ah, hell yes! No fake? That rocks. What's the plan? Give me the armament and I can comply.
No mechanical attachments necessary. Just keep a lookout for a troll in a Santa's little helper costume. We're smuggling you in.
You knew you could count on her. That's righteous, Cecily. You're a legend.
That is to say, smuggling your trousers into my digestive tract because I am Bart. I am eating your trousers. Going along now.
Really? Who wrote this route? Who wrote this route?
Alien and Austin.
This is exactly this. I'm not surprised. Not surprising at all. Jesus Christ. Say what now? You scratch the back of your neck trying to puzzle this one out. Is this like code for something? Or...
No, I'm stuck grub sitting in a Bart costume. What could that possibly be code for?
Hey, don't you reckon me not being able to wrap my head around it means to be good code? I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm gonna take another pass.
Okay.
Hey, don't you reckon me not being able to wrap my head around what it means to be good code?
Look, just... yes, cowabunga to you too. Lucy's costume leaving the cavern soon. I have to go.
Cowabunga? Well, that was a rousing match of good news. Weird news. At least you don't have to keep twiddling your thumbs forever. Just a bit of the waiting game. Which is kind of what it was before, except now it's a shorter one. Let the record stand for the record. I love this man so much. Oh my fucking god. Let the record stand for the record that you're not confused on the correct applications of cowabunga. You're intimately familiar with those.
This is where my mate's bird died, Necron. Cowabubber.
Fuck. Oh my
I
god.
think Zam drew that once. I need to find it.
Oh, please. Cecily using it, though? Now, that's something a smidge sound of character, you reckon? She might actually need your help if you started spewing that sort of stuff. I love the idea that he fucking thinks that she's being psychologically tortured and being forced to say these things against her will. Which she is, but not that kind of way.
Yeah.
The school's defo capable of cognitive suggestion, because it's how you were all raised. You don't little time with desensitized osmosis like any other fresh grub. Ah, the memories when you were stuffed into that dark industrial tank filled with numbing goo, so you could take a nap for a sweep and be psychologically spoon-fed the rules of life and shit. Huh. That's whack.
Yeah, that's basically how Reptilian children get all their information. They're basically in, like, information osmosis tanks when they're, like, babies, and once they're, like, you know, given all of this information, which is totally not propaganda, they are then put into classrooms to learn outside of that stuff.
I did not know that this route was in fact the Venture Brothers. Shouts out to whoever gets that reference.
I'm pretty sure Asanada would be delighted.
Oh, I know Austin loves the Venture Brothers, and that makes me very happy.
I will not be surprised if that itself is a reference to that, so...
I will have to ask. I will have to ask them. We'll see. Yo, Tyson, how's it going tonight?
Hello, Tyson. Welcome.
Welcome. Good evening to you, gamer. Yeah, this route's really fucking good. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I love learning about Jadeblood lore and all that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just here for Necron and Glommer. Before you can get too deep in your Secily mind control theory. Christ. You catch
Shoutouts to people who know the reference here.
Oh, I know! I fucking know! Christ. You catch the nearby golem spinning their gears about something. This must be your inn. You lean against your truck, all smooth like, and psych yourself up to make a banana's first impression.
Necron become banana.
Oh, wow, Mad Secily was really being literal, which you should have kind of expected. As soon as the fucking massive cloth bark beast shuffles its way out of the guard's field view, give him a little wave. You totally failed to hide a snicker. Ah, god. Fuck, god damn it, don't tell me I've just been punked. Well, how do you do too, dude? Nope. Fresh out of punks over here, sweetheart. As us professionals say in the business, this is legit. Okay, I get why you weren't allowed inside the caverns. You know, besides the fact that you hold on.
You know, besides the fact that you most definitely don't fit in with the very strict criteria for entry in the slightest. Actually, no. Besides that fact, that's the entire reason.
Youch! What's the bad mood for? Well, no problemo, no how. You give him this cranky new person your most personal smile. I was told you'd be giving me a grab fond with that, some way or somehow. Are you in or are you skin, my pal? They exhale hard enough to physically deflate a little. Someone really woke up on the wrong Rupert-kun today, huh?
My pal's a great way to pronounce Glommer. Good job, man. Keep doing that. As for your other genius plan, great idea, just change in front of the guards because we have all the strategic aptitudes of actual children around here. I would know. That's my whole gig. Come on, I'm risking my entire life savings for this. We're hiding somewhere first.
Cover, he says. You give him a darling ride behind you a pat. You give the darling ride behind you a pat, almost overwhelmed with their usual truck bed and truck-induced burst of affection. Well, I'd say this about covers it, don't you think? Wait, fuck, damn it. You should have said you had him covered. That would have been so much better. Husband.
I think Necron can have two hands, one for Orga and one for you.
Well, I do have a troll in canon, so...
True!
You stuff the idea inside your brain box for later, whenever the specific set of circumstances crops up again. You'll never know. Yeah, so this isn't something... when we get to volume 11, there's very specifically a troll of me and a troll of a few of my friends. Because, funny little me drew the background. I put them in there.
Funny
little Donnovan drew them. So
I did.
So I am legitimately canon to Vast Error.
I put Austin in Vast Error, it's true.
I'm one of the few trolls to have a beard.
Yeah. A full beard. You're probably the only one that has a full beard.
Yeah, baby. I'm a genetic defect.
Oh my god.
Puts you in fast error, puts you in fast error. No, funny Donnovan, please don't make me a marketable troll in fast error. No! God. Okay. You stuff the idea inside your brain box for later, whenever this very specific set of circumstances crops up again. You never know. By the by, the name's Zekron. Eggsmore. Your new buddy Glama grumbles something real bitter sounding under his breath as he circles around your truck. You pay his enthusiasm no mind and follow. He's already unzipping the whole shebang for you to climb in. You appreciate the moxie, even if he's assigned to his ass region. Now, only fair, you suppose. You're kind of a stowaway here. This happened to my buddy Glommer. Good.
Oh my god, this... You could tell Alien had fun writing this stuff because of the puns here.
Yes. Guess it goes to show that you're a real asset. Or, they can really assist him. There's a couple of contenders rattling around in your head already, so you keep workshopping your inevitable one-liner. Oh, it goes dark. Good. You figured this.
Suit, yes.
Yes. You figured this is a good enough opportunity to bond with your brand new hero over here. So tell me, Honey Bunch, what's it feel like to be on a mission to save the world? Jesus, maybe he has 3 hands. One for me.
Honey Bunch.
Maybe one for Orca, one for me, one for fucking Glommer here.
Yeah.
What? Well, I'm sure I ain't trying to start up the trouble here. I just want to help. That's why I'm busting to get in. Secily and me, we've been working hard to keep this place clear of bogus scum. It means a lot to us. I might fancy myself an official Smokey, but I damn well feel compastic about leveling the player field some. You really can't help the grin on your face. So, how's it feel to be playing a part of history in the making? The suit is nice and sealed from the back at this point, so that you walk up a lap around the perimeter, just to get used to the movement mechanics. Man, I don't know what to tell you besides, wow, look at how much I don't care. Do you know why I'm going through all this trouble to sneak you in? It's a break from work. Nothing less, and definitely not a single thing more. That's such a weird perspective. You don't dig the way he's unloading his cynicism at your feet and lighting out it all on fire. Makes it you want to stamp it out. Man, Hoff, that's a little harsh. You're not feeling that rush of righteous flowing through your blood roots? That higher calling padding to your bank? I don't think you get it. Which is surprising since it feels like I'm in the majority when I say this dump is a huge waste of fighting energy. Like, it sucks! It's garbage! The whole way down! The likes of which the Black Moon is lucky to have better than us! If this was a planet, if this planet was a troll, I'd kick them right in the horns! Then why don't you do something about it? The two of you have been walking and talking in circles for a while. Glommer then takes a sharp turn left, and starts heading towards the guards. You shut your trap and give the man a moment to collect himself. He doesn't make a peep as the guards get to inspecting you. There's a moment when you're real paranoid about your horns are poking through the suit, but you don't hear any sirens or taser arms going off. You both manage to walk in. Free as an avian. Because I'm too tired. Whoa. You really weren't expecting him to pick that thread up back at this point. It's a broken world anyway, so any effort spent not complaining is totally wasted, in my opinion.
Quite honest.
Oh, okay. Okay, I've never seen that. I've never seen that used before. Your mouth twists in thought as you try all your might to relate it to this guy. At all. Nope, not a zilch. That diddly doodly dick. God, I'm gonna lose my mind here. You think that if I had it in me to fight for my future, I'd be stuck as Hanifi's personal errand boy? Here's the big news flash. I actually did once upon a time. Do you know how much more of a grub puddle I've wasted trying to literally find any other option for me? The answer is more than you would like to know, and more than I care to tell you. And it totally fucked me over until the pheromones of reality seeped in and turned me into a forever bonded bitch. Spent so much of my life chasing my dreams that I will never even learn the jade stuff I'd be corralled into in the end. Corporate makes this big stink about choosing your path, and it brutally punishes you for being naive enough to listen. I mean, okay, did you hear about that scandal with the Simpsons writers? The what now? Exactly! There's a Simpsons writer in streams because of Santa's little helper incident. Well now, let's hop back for 2 seconds. What's about Santa? He's obviously referring to Boss Lucis, the animal you're stuffed and intimidating. That's the only Santa you've heard of, anywho. Yeah, Santa's little helper. SLH was some...
Santa's little helper.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Thank you. Santa's little helper was some Martha maniac who stormed the writer's room and held them all hostage and got a Simpsons character named after him. Oh my god! Holy fuck. Mostly low-blood writing staff. To avoid repeats, they started working remotely, which turned into a big phoning it in with machine learning, and when a big show cuts a corner like that, everyone else follows. Its neural networking takes the wheel, and we haven't been seeing a troll interaction for longer than I've been kicking around this hell rock. So what if I would want a writer really, really badly? What if I was just hoping for every ounce of my being to get a chance to write for TV, only for one dabble of my chance from life? What then, mister? Just try hard and you'll get there. As if they'd ever let a Jadeblood stray from the planet sacred mission. Or everyone else was just humoring my feeble efforts to do anything that I gave 2 craps about. Then reality came crashing down. They tapped me on the shoulder and said, about damn time. Good job getting your dreams demolished. Now here, start teaching the grubs about pretext. Nobody cares who I was before I sucked it up and put on the mask. So you know what? It's not my fucking problem. This boy needs a hug.
Yeah, he's been through enough.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of Archek, actually. They're very much kindred spirits. Or at least,
yeah,
technically at the point in the timeline that we're in right now.
Yeah. Also, I shared a very old doodle of Glomer from even before we released the prologue to this game.
Holy shit. I don't know that I have permission to put that on screen, so I don't think I will. But just imagine it as Glomer in the suit, holding a Mountain Dew, just looking extremely depressed about his life. Just,
yeah.
He's...
Like that one meme image of the guy on the couch with, like, a drink in his hand, and there's, like, an overlay of that exact guy's expression.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. My god. Code Red? Yeah, it's red. It's Code Red. There's a very uncomfortable silence between you two. And it's not just because you're both creeping around the perimeter of the playroom in order to avoid the kids. Kind of a real buzzkill, this guy. That's my philosophy anyway. Some of us get the fuck off into the setting suns with our fucking hot dog plants and weed research and make a living for the goddamn selves doing something meaningful. Oh, buddy, don't be mean to Don't be mean to Gerbat. This is kind of fucked up. Why wouldn't you be able to share it? Because I don't have...
drawn by exam, so...
Because, yeah, I don't know Zam, and, Zam's not here, so I wouldn't feel comfortable putting Zam's art on stream, especially if I don't know that this is like a publicly seen image.
It is. They posted it on Twitter, so...
Oh, okay, I didn't know that then. Okay. Also, time to ban a naughty bot.
Goodbye, bot.
So long, gay bot.
Okay. You were on it before I could do it.
Yes.
Alright.
Well, I'm stuck here, getting barfed on by grubs all night? And once I'm done teaching the kids, I mean, fuck! Do you know how hard it is to get a proper vegan meal? When you can't just set shop in a goddamn swamp? Good fucking like growing your own lunch in Pee-wee's neon fucking playroom dipshit. Also, your acting dreams suck. Enjoy having to be a level 5 vegan and only eat meals that don't cast shadows because no one's heard of a veggie ham. And now the funny Bartman dance again. Ugh, I can't believe you got to fucking skip town like that. Unfucking believable. Wowzers. That was sort of a real personal tirade just now, wasn't it? Can't dig everybody, I guess. Hey, smart guy. If you're gonna play 24 questions with me, then here's my follow-up. How does it feel that you know that you're indefinitely going to lose everything, and that none of this is ever gonna have any value behind the moment between us and our rancid mutt sack? What we have here is more valuable than you could ever know, Curly Q. I can't just stand here at the thought of just being I'm letting this place rot. Change doesn't come from inaction, I'll tell you that much. And sure, I'll consider nothing's a guarantee. Gods know I've wiped out more times than I can count, but when I die, I'll still have left the world a better place than I came in because I gave a shit. But I guess some people just don't understand. Brother, I love you, Necron. You literally don't get this guy's perspective.
Yeah, he does not.
No. And that's all you have to say on that, because you're not here to bring him around on your way to see things or nothing. Also because Glummer's wigging out and scrambling ahead like a bat out of hell. You almost trip over yourself trying to keep up with him, but as soon enough he's cramming you both snug as fuck in the closet. He's clearly real uncomfortable with your metal arm jabbing against his rib, but he's keeping his trap sealed tight. You show your appreciation by being very careful not to turn on your hand onto a chainsaw.
Oh god.
Okay, corporate time and money. I would be very, very careful about wasting both in the future. You're here forever, after all. Damn, that woman sounds like she means business. Enough business to ruin your life if she finds you here. Oh, she was actually there, holy shit.
Yes.
As soon as Hamifi's gone, you both walk back out, and you really wish you could see Glommer's arm reaching out out of Santa's little helper's mouth to open the break room door from an out by. Oh my god! Just a dog with a fucking human hand coming out of a troll head coming out of it. Good.
Call you back. It's still you.
You catch the tail of the end of Secily hanging up on whoever that she was talking to. She seems ready to get down to business. Minutes in the past, but not many.
East Secily. Alright. At your command, use Wiggins and establishes a connection to your partner, waiting just outside. Thankfully, he answers almost immediately.
Hey, what's the goss, bud?
Necron, good news. We're getting you inside.
No fake? That rocks! What's the plan? Give me an arm and I can comply.
No mechanical attachments necessary, just keep a lookout for a troll in Santa's little helper costume. We're smuggling you in.
That's righteous, Secily. You're a legend!
To your dismay, there's a little troll wandering towards you with a curious look. Shit, you think they heard you. Maybe you should have done this in the break area. You clear your throat and deepen your voice, putting on the best Glommer impression you can muster. That is to say, smuggling your trousers into my digestive tract because I am Bart. I am eating your trousers. Run along now. Your Glommer impression is piss poor.
Is this like code for something, or...
Shit. You can't lean away from your calling device when it's stuck to your ear at all times. You shear the kid off with a wave before resuming your talk in hushed tones. No, I'm stuck grub sitting in a Bart costume. What could that possibly be code for?
Hey, Don't you reckon me not being able to wrap my head around it means it'd be good code?
Look, just... The small child does not want to leave. They say something about, cowabunga? Is that a thing Bart says? Yes, cowabunga to you too. You really should just end the conversation as quickly as possible before this infant gets enough dirt on you to rat you out. Lose this costume leaving the cavern soon. I have to go.
Cowabunga?
Click. Necron has all the information he needs. He'll be perfectly fine. You turn your attention to the child who is now climbing your leg. As gently as you can, you scoop your hands underneath their tiny armpits and pry them off your strangely proportioned puppet body. They are deposited back on the floor. You give him the pat between the horns and walk off in the direction of a small whiteboard near the front of the room. That should tide them over for a second. Oh no. You freeze like a statue when you see Hamifi enter the room, a sleeping Grub tucked in your arms, and, smile on her face?
I heard it was somebody's special day. Where's my little wriggling day hero?
She hands you the Grub with immense care, who you instinctually take in your confused daze.
Don't drop them this time.
You stare, mute, as she wraps her arms around the boy who runs up to her in a warm hug.
Gosh, you've grown so much since I've seen you last. Keep this up and you'll be taller than me before you know it. Oh dear, I think it's already happening. You're growing up so fast.
There's a genuine bright spark in her eyes as she lifts a kid high above her head, earning a chorus of giggles from the room as the Wriggling Day hero enjoys his newfound height. You used to play with her and Stetro both once. Not exactly in this manner. You were never the most externally excitable person, even around children, but similar enough for you to feel a sting behind your eyes. You don't remember the last time you seen him if he smiled like that.
Oh.
You feel upset. You feel a lot of things all at once, difficult to untangle. You feel like this was not meant for your eyes. Is this what she wanted? When she was in their place? What she wished she could have been? A hole swells inside you as you watch her, caught in a limbo of regret and deep, cutting affection. The sound of a high-pitched yawn draws your attention to the infant in your arms. They are so small. It suddenly hits you never held a Grub before. You became acquainted with Sestro and Miffy after he pupated and left school, so this is a first for you. Curiosity doesn't exactly strike you. It more gently rests a hand on your shoulder. The first thing Grubs do when they're reduplicated is name themselves in the denomination lodge. You can't help but wonder, though. I wonder if you could just sort of guess? Guess name or don't.
Guess name.
What will the name of this little Grub be?
Oh.
So there's like a whole lot of options that can happen. Can bring up some very interesting insights and such. So if you write down, let's say, Arcjek, you're hit with a strange feeling that this name would lead to colossal misfortune. As such, you change your mind.
Okay. I'll see.
You may have spent too many late nights reading the case files.
Okay.
Now, name Secily.
Oh god. Projection.
No. You will not place this burden on another person.
Oh, oof.
Sestro? No. Too personal. Also, kind of fucking weird.
Agreed.
And then you also get that result with Mshiri, Hamifi, Orica, Necron.
Okay.
Noxious.
Absolutely.
The fuck not. The idea of naming a Grub after that scumbag makes you want to throw up. White Noise, I believe? Not play
Oh!
with fires you cannot control, Cecily.
Okay. How do
Let
you...
me find other ones.
I was actually gonna try Gurbat.
Gurbat, yeah.
Oh, Gurbat just says this, too many...
Case files.
case
Yeah,
files.
if you name them after any other Snowbound Blood character, I think you get that. How about Eidolon?
Oh my god. A shiver.
A shiver travels down your spine, unbidden. You immediately reconsider.
Oh, I hate that.
Let's go with Austin.
Oh my god! Okay,
Yeah.
alright.
Austin has a nice ring to
it. You nod, mentally high-fiving yourself to such great taste in names! Oh, Austin gurgles at you and wing. Oh god, okay.
Okay, so if you could go back. Because I think if you name it after him, oh wait, no, I think if you name it with the capital, no, it's the same thing. Okay, let's try Alien. Alien starts babbling non-stop in your hands now that they're awake. Yeah, this name works, you think to yourself. You're taking the chattiness as agreement.
Okay, there.
Okay, then goes back. Charlie. Charlie seems like an artistically pleasing name to you, despite art not really being your thing. It just clicks. And Charlie, of course, being the sprite artist for Glomer.
Yes, I'm gonna try Heather.
Heather.
Heather, it has a nice ring to it. Okay.
Yep. I believe there's also something for denizens. If you, just write down AF for easiness.
Do not.
Oh wait, no, it's the same thing as white noise.
Yeah, do not. Okay.
Okay. That's all the ones that I can remember.
I'm gonna try something dumb. What if I'm gonna name Carcat?
Oh god.
You guess it's a fitting name for Carc. You guess that Grub's it's Carcat. It's fitting, but you don't really know about names or wordology. Okay, I'm gonna. Hold on. I gotta test this. Homer.
Yes.
Deciding not to get too six-letter formal about the occasion, you nicknamed the grub Homer. Oh, this is too powerful. This is so good.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, Alina, I think. Okay, no, that's the same thing. That's too personal, kind of fucking weird.
Is on the wiki, does it list off what names have unique responsive?
Let me look. Volume 9 wiki. Fun. There's transcript. Okay, let's go. Okay, no. Let me look in the transcript in the drive file, in the super secret drive file that I have access to.
Ooh, no fucking way. Yeah, that makes sense.
Alright, let's see. Transcripts, volume 9. Let's go to the grub naming. Because I think that's all of them, but I could be
interesting. Mimesis
wrong.
doesn't have a unique thing.
Yeah, I think this was made before. Yeah, this route was made before Mimesis came in.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, Bart.
Bart.
You can name it Bart.
Isn't it creepy if someone in a Bart costume assimilates an infant? Perhaps. Would it be on brand for the show? Also, probably yes. Good.
There's a reason you don't watch television shows these days.
God.
Alright, let's see here. Pragmatic Nihilist, all one letter. One name, I mean.
Pragmatic Nihilist. What a mouthful of a name! And pretentious, too. Nice one, Secily. You really know how to pick them. Oh my fucking god.
Alright, and, in the credits section of this game, there's special credits for emotional support mousies, which are Kohi's mice. Put in, Pecco.
Pecco! For the briefest moment, you feel a pang of serenity. Oh, that's sweet.
Alright, I think that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna do something stupid here. We're gonna name this... Oh, God. I kinda wanna... I'm gonna... Hajime. No, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
Mimesis is Mimesis was made before this route, but since this whole thing is irrelevant, we thought it'd be special play not to give them anything. Ah, okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Also, hey, Austin, how's it going tonight?
Hi, Austin.
I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. God, do we really have... what's a really funny name for this?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Hank Hill.
I almost typed Hank Kill.
Hank! No! Hank Kill.
Deciding not to get too six-level formal about the occasion, you nicknamed the grub Hank Kill. Hank Kill gargles at you, wiggles their little feet, and you can't help but feel something tugging your blood pressure. Seems like Hank Kill trusts you. It feels kind of nice. And maybe you finish smothering the Wrigley Day kid with affection before standing back up.
I'll be taking our treasured guest back now.
Grub safely tucked in her arms again. She speaks to the eyes of children, that seems to adore her to bits and pieces.
Behave yourself, alright? I'll be back with a special treat soon. It rhymes with bake.
Her eyes crinkle at the corners.
I'm so proud of you all.
The kids erupt into a segment, more than happy about the notion of stuffing themselves full with pre-processed dessert. And maybe wave them goodbye before turning to you. Her tone immediately shifts to something more familiar to you.
Break room.
You cannot refuse, not unless you want to completely blow your cover and waste a lot of time explaining a lot of things while under great and angry scrutiny. She opens the door and you follow, still feeling off-kilter. You fear she may have already caught on to your identity, with the way she's throwing not only daggers, but entire chainsaws at you. As soon as the door closes, her even tone is drenched into toxin.
Listen closely, and don't make me repeat myself. We have a very strict schedule down here, optimized for developing children. I don't take kindly to chronological deviations, and I especially don't take kindly to you coming down here and ruining our perfect system.
At this point, you're almost... Fuck! Wait, okay, I'm back.
Okay.
At this point, you're almost biting your tongue hard enough to bleed. If you so much as let out a breath out of turn, you know she'll drag you by the ear to exile or worse.
You can mull your decisions while you tend to some matters for me, Glommer.
A wave of relief washes over you. You stand more to attention, trying to seem obedient. She gives you a funny look before continuing.
I need you to prepare one of the low-blood classrooms for the Wriggling Day party what we're holding after recess. You'll be lent an encouchment golem to aid with cleaning. Remember, encouchment golems are not toys. These are school assistants, caretakers of children, and classrooms. They're not bodyguards to block the closet for you to nap in. The banners are in the supplies closet as always. Every desktop should have a goodie bag and 2 napkins on the top left corner, and a plate in the center. You are also required to prepare the cake. The instructions are on the box. They should be basic. They should be basic enough for even you to follow. If you make another drink cake-related mistake and force us to order from Durzel again, you will be hearing from the principal. You're already enough of a liability to the cast without you having to bring in both of its biggest integrants for your next performance review.
Eyes narrow into slits.
I suggest you fool around wisely if you must.
Maybe continues to give you the instructions in excruciating detail, speed, and brutality. You're lucky enough to be able to absorb every last word, but you're a special case. Glommer, you would imagine, is fucked. By the time she finishes her laundry list of assignments, you get a very clear idea of why Glommer is so exhausted.
Are we clear?
You give her a neutral nod. Now's usually the part where maybe gives you a neutral nod in return and vanishes into the darkness, but Not this time. This time, she's pausing quite noticeably.
You seem awfully quiet. I do hope you're not sleeping on the job.
You shake your head. She still seems suspicious, eyeing you up and down.
Are you unwell? You're not yourself today. What's the meaning of this shift in attitude, One might call it downright suspect.
She's waiting for you to answer, which is really, really bad. Your mind is racing for an escape, but the emergency exit seems intent on fucking off into the distance.
Answer me when I'm talking to you. I don't have time for games.
He leans in closer, as if trying to peer into your eyes through the mask. You lean back ever so slightly, panic starting to claw at you.
I believe I've told you to keep your personal advice on silent, Glommer. This call will be coming out of your next deposit.
You can't help but mouth a silent apology to Glomer. You know damn well this one doesn't care for any time off whatsoever. She opens the door to leave, but not before getting one last word in.
Don't forget, you're on corporate time and money. I would be very, very careful for wasting either in the future. You're here forever, after all.
And then she's gone.
God, fuck! Oh.
Yeah. I love getting to see both sides of Himifi here.
This is very true. It's genuinely very unique, and I enjoy it.
You sit in silence, minus insistent ringing, for a few seconds. This whole situation has given you a non-negligible amount of whiplash.
Mimesis is not Mimesis is not Kelder's denizen.
No, it's not. They're not Calder's denizen. They're something entirely different.
Yes. They're my funny funny corrupted husband.
Yeah. Yves is keen on interrupting your every attempt to introspect, however. So you accept the call to hiss at the other end of the line that you're preoccupied.
God, that's a fucking... Yeah, after this fucking stream, I might just have to make an edit of this and just title it White Dog Jump Scare.
Please.
Oh God, I will.
Just as you open your mouth, a big white dog costume walks in, very possibly with Necron in tow. Even more reason to shut your device up. Oh God, right, I forgot about this.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Hang on.
Ignore. Okay, it's yeah. You keep on going. On my screen, it's different.
Really?
Yeah. So,
this can be different people?
No. It's not. It's an error-based different.
Oh, okay.
Basically, when Sabine speaks in the newest version, there's an error because I don't know how it happened, but like the brackets in Sabine's text gets read as code.
Oh.
If it's not like implemented properly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So you're good. So.
Okay. Secily Iopara.
I'll call you back. You hang up immediately. Did you succeed, Glomer?
If by succeeding you mean your target here let me boogie on down to the schoolyard, then you can sign that off as a yippers. Checkaroony, even. Oh, shit.
I don't think I need to answer that when he just said pretty much the worst thing I've ever heard in my miserable excuse for life.
Yes, it's a one-word sentence, you two. You immediately start to chuck your outfit, wanting out of it as soon as possible. Life, you're starting to realize, is comparable to a Bart Simpson costume. Which is to say, cramped, claustrophobic, and kind of insufferable at times.
Okie dokie. That's step one complete, right? Once we get to the database, it's smooth cruising.
Two of them get the picture and shuffle out of their costume as well. Now that you're inside, if he is gone, you should be good to move around freely as long as you don't cause a ruckus. We still have a problem. I'd hate to find someone useful who can direct us to the records room.
Regulator, that hurts my feelings. Was under the impression that you work better solo anyways.
You'd bet your best blade you have Bitcon to thank for that. Necron finally untangles himself in the lower half of Bart's Lucis, 10 seconds past your personal threshold of second-hand embarrassment.
Ha! If she works better solo, then she must be even tubular than I give her credit for, because she's a beast of a teammate that is.
Huh. Touching. Gomer, I'm once again asking you if you could direct me to the records room. Are you sure you don't know its location?
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know. You know how important.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. You know how important my work is down here. Taking care of snot-nubbed brats or whatever. I'm pretty busy, lady. I might have been able to help you out if I was on break. But I'm not. So, sounds like someone's up the Black Creek without a paddle.
Oh, for crying out loud. Fine, if you really do know, then take a break and lead. That does mean, though, that one of us will have to stay behind and cover to avoid stirring up suspicion. The children need to be supervised and entertained. I was thinking... Without blinking an eye, Necron beams and gives you a solid thumbs up before looking at Glomer.
Leave it to me. I'm almost 100% sure I can beat one boss grub sitter. Casanova here can leave his job in my capable hands.
I wouldn't rush into this, Necron. There's a lot to consider.
No. He's got this. Give him the suit. The worst he could do is get me fired and excommunicate from the family. Assuming you have at least one think pan cell rattling around in that capable. Assuming you have at least one think pan cell rattling around in there capable of sabotaging me. Now this pan cell's pretty much for the loving my sweetheart and enacting justice on evil only.
Well, there are probably better candidates for substitute work out here. You're willing to admit you maybe aren't one of them. Necron's friendly enough, at least. Horrifying. You dutifully pass him the outfit, and watch as he almost puts head on backwards before Glomer spins the mask around for him. Thank you, Necron. Glomer, you're with me. Just before you follow Glomer out the door, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
I was being legit when I called you a killer partner. Wasn't blowing smoke up your ass. You know that, right?
You know, said was touching. It wasn't a lie. Hearing him call you a partner, let alone a good one. It's reassuring. You guess you're just as good at messing up your intended tone as always. You can tell Necron's got a relieved smile on his face behind the bulbous eyes of the mask as he extends his plush-covered hand to you.
Gnarly. Couldn't let you boogie off without knowing for certain. Call me when you can, Cecily.
Understood. Keep an ear out, partner.
Oh my god, I'm so happy that Cecily, finally you're working with someone. Oh my god.
The two of you exchange a firm handshake before parting ways. The hallways are surprisingly dark as you stray further from the schooling wing. Whereas before a single pebble on the ground would be a rare sight, the walls are now starting to give way to natural rocky formations. You're so focused on not bumping into Glomer or the surrounding environment that you almost miss the investigation progress bar fading on your visor. It's been a while. You wonder where this thing was hiding all this time. There's a number of curious rooms on your way to the primary objective. Accoutrement golem charging stations, DNA storage facilities, a baffling amount of supply closets. You almost walk right into a denomination lodge before Glomer stops you from barging into the newly made Grub's initial testing. He can't help but remark how everybody freaks over this monumental occasion where they pick their names as if it's not just the first random 6 letters they assemble with dumb blocks. What's the big deal about them having 6 legs back when the mother grub bred them anyway, he erupts furiously. 4 limbs plus 3 duplication works just fine, and even better without those weird old scars we used to have. He goes on for a while, even after you dragged him away from the lodge in question. He just likes complaining, you guess. You eventually happen upon the reduplication records room. Hey, I colored that.
Oh shit, hell yeah.
Yeah, this was really fun to color. Exam, of course, did the sketching the line art here, but yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's the matter? Does something seem strange to you about this scene?
Well, ignoring the fact that this is my first time actually seeing this place, I'm not sure why the lights are off if this thing's on. We're so stingy with the power in here, you have no idea. I don't know, there's something funny about the system being on while nobody's around.
Sure enough, the first thing that catches your eye in the dark, empty room is an illuminated computer screen. The second thing is the room itself. Given Corbert's penchant for sleek aesthetics, you find the juxtaposition... You're not sure how you find it. Amusing? Intriguing? Suspicious? You'll decide later. Personally, I think this rules. An oddity, but not an impossibility. My question is how to gain access to the database. This computer is apparently after a password.
Really quickly, Astones, it's good to see you. How are you doing tonight?
Hello.
I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I just got done pogging over the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remake Bass Battle OST. Oh, I gotta fucking listen to that. Unfortunately, there's no rips of it on YouTube yet, so I cannot listen to it yet. But when I can, I want to very badly. Yeah, we're just lucky enough to meet the trolls with the mostly pronounceable names. God. Yeah, that's usually how they work. Is this a dazzling new conflict? To you, actual chief regulator?
I'd hope it wouldn't be the case, but that might be never wishful thinking rubbing off on me. I actually got on somebody's case for not having one not too far back, Osius.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you have valid login credentials? Glummer shovels over to the console slower than molasses strips off a spoon, giving the screen a cold hard stare. Yeah, this was written, I believe, after HLVRAI, so...
Okay, yeah, that adds up. Oh shit. If you can rip it, honestly, I'd appreciate that. I'd love to hear the soundtrack first and foremost. So if you can do that, thank you. I'd appreciate that. There's only one password for this thing, but
He clears his throat.
they don't usually let me in here, so I don't know for certain.
Great.
Don't give me that look, regulator. I told you this is a first for me. It's probably on Post-it or something. We just need to do a little searching.
The two of you start doing exactly that, sifting through various drawers and cabinets around the room, making a point to leave no stone unturned. 3 minutes pass before either of you speak. This is unrelated to the task at hand, but I was wondering something.
Cool.
You're being remarkably cooperative, all things considered. Even if you do not care about your position here, it's still quite the risk you're going through. Why is that?
I mean, besides your shitty threats and time off my shit job?
So, that's it?
Not exactly. I don't know. Dari said you helped him out, so... yeah. Guess that's why.
You blink in surprise. You suppose you did help us, Moirael? There's a beat of silence as you wait for him to elaborate, but he just drops the subject entirely. Fair enough. A sudden aha stars you out of your thoughts.
Got it.
You turn on just in time to see him being granted access to a frankly gargantuan wall of texts and images. He holds the unearthed note for you to glimpse, before tucking it back behind the chunky computer monitor. Well, he's pulled through for you. Nice find.
I know a computer geek or two. Guess it's a universal practice. Oh, you sure do know a computer geek, alright.
He sure does.
Or a real dumb coincidence.
You don't know nearly enough about computer people to dispute him, so you're obligated to take his word on it. You ring up Necron in order to tell him the good news. It takes a few seconds, but he's on the line soon enough.
You've reached Simpson. Wait.
You've reached Simpson. Any hoopla on your way over, or did you get by without any trouble?
We're in the database, ready to start looking for Noxious.
That's righteous! We'll sick that bastard before you know it.
Failing to comprehend the sheer volume of information held within, you give the computer an uneasy look. It threatens to make you feel faint. Thankfully, all Mother Glum is present because you have no idea how this thing works.
God, Cecily, stop being so technologically illiterate, my fucking god.
You gesture to the machine with your head. What is it?
I was just gonna say, Cecily learned troll word already.
God. You gesture to the machine with your head, and he leans down to grab the mouse. You squint as he analyzes the window. There are a few tabs on the top left. All, historic, new age, unused, retired. You can't imagine what would be the point of storing deprecated sigils in a populous database. There's a search bar in the top right. You suppose that's your best bet on finding a sigil related to breaking down. You peck at the keys one by one as you hear Necron attend the kids through your speakers.
I'm right here, you know. Like, you just non-verbally asked me to do this. Do you need me to do it or not?
Are you really going to complain about not having to do any work?
Touché.
One letter at a time, results are culled from the pool. Sigil names like Base and Basil. Sigils belonging to Bronze Bloods. Sigils held by the Brellum bloodline. Soon, you have one remaining search result. Glummer selects the sole choice presented. Your attention turns to...
Ooh, I guess we'll just go in order. Name.
Yeah, name. Dissolve. You say it aloud for Necron's benefit more than anything else.
Guess we finally dissolved that mystery, huh?
I will hang up on you.
You chose this chucklebunger flop as your partner against crime?
Glummer, shut the hell up before he hears you.
Oh, come on, line up. This is a wicked breakthrough. We deserve to celebrate.
This is a phone call. You don't know what face I'm making.
It's true, she's smiling so fucking hard, dude. Trust me.
I'll take your word for it. Now, tell me more.
Yes. It's hard to miss that this sigil belongs to a green blood, considering this database is very conveniently color-coded. That narrows it down quite nicely. Green-blooded, one with a hell of a personality fixation.
Olive blood, actually. As opposed to, like, clover or orchid or some shit.
Do you care for a specific color code, Necron?
With all due respect, what the H are we gonna do with the color code?
Glummer looks at you, waiting for your response. You consider, then shake your head no. Hard pass. I memorized it. We can draw from that information later if we do end up requiring it. Glummer seems skeptical, but doesn't protest the point.
Tell me more.
Shape type.
The person who called Cecily at the end of Osmosis route was Olive, weren't they?
Yes.
Yes.
This classification has always been something you've paid close attention to, unlike most other people. The shape type is Sans Serif 2C. This should be useful when asking people who may have spotted Noxious.
Hey you, talk with the face. Sand 2C. What's the skin on that?
He's asking a child? Necron.
Yeah? I mean, that's the actual baller and all, but gotta level with you real quick. I don't have a single clue what that means in the slightest.
If I wasn't running on 120 minutes of sleep, I'd laugh.
It's a 3-section system. Sans serif or serif, number of strokes, curled or straight.
Ah.
The sigil is sans serif, consists of 2 strokes, and it's primarily a curled sign.
What?
You don't know how to explain this in simpler terms when you're just being descriptive. This is frustrating.
It's like a curly lowercase f, dude.
Oh, right on, that's a copy. Tell me more.
Associated meanings. This subject is generally the wild card when it comes to information about sigils. Not every sigil has as pristine of a historical record as others. Some have fallen into complete obscurity. You don't know much about the topic, but you do know that sigils are connected directly to specific bloodlines at least. You scan the paragraph presented to you. The mark of dissolution, now shown to dissolve, represents the breaking down of matter, both physically and conceptually. Many bearers of this sigil were known to excel at teaching others, due to their skill at imparting knowledge through easily digestible lessons. Their methods and intentions, however, were quite incredibly controversial. There are records of such bearers being chased out of communities as a result of their predisposition towards bringing destruction and upheaval, for better or for worse, wherever they set foot. This is, of course, mostly anecdotal information that doesn't amount to anything substantial. Social meetings are a fun diversion some people enjoy discussing over cups of boiled monster, but they are nothing more than empty expectations based on genetic coincidences. If you cared about that, you would have given up a long time ago.
Hey, you doing good? Doing peachy?
Oh, you forgot to say anything for a while there. Glummer apparently took the opportunity to pass out on the desk for a spell, because he jolts back to life and wipes a little drool off his mouth when Necron's voice pipes up from your speaker. As peachy as they come, I'm just being thorough, don't mind me.
Come on, Secily, don't leave me hanging over here. Tell me more.
Okay, that's the sigil. That's very interesting. Also, that actually looks like the symbol for Flash.
A little bit? Errors. And that's your winning ticket. Your eyes immediately dart at the top of the list, where the most recent troll to bear the sigil is registered. Omtsi Mott is our lead suspect. 8 sweeps old, male. 8 sweeps? 8 sweeps?
Holy shit.
Osius is 8 sweeps old. How the hell was Omtsi able to play a meaningful role in the heist this elaborate? We're expecting some old, retired mastermind with delusions of grandeur, someone you could clash blades with on a neon rooftop or ruined bunker after this elaborate of a chase, and he turns out to be 8 sweeps old? It has to be hypocritical of you to hold Osius at gunpoint and then proceed to underestimate someone much more malicious and calculating.
It's so true.
Still, 8 sweeps. You feel very old and very tired. You catch Necron murmuring the name under his breath a couple of times. First to familiarize himself, then to say it in utter contempt.
Can you pronounce it one more time?
Omtsi.
Omsi.
Omsi. That waste story is going down for the last card in my hand, mark my words.
Hey, Cecily, imagine trying to get him to take... Hey, Cecily, imagine trying to take him seriously if you were seeing what he was wearing right now.
You flatly ignore Glummer snickering to himself as you consider your options. The main problem lies in tracking him down and confirming that he is Noxious, without a doubt.
And if it's him, we'll do more than just give him a background check.
Yes. Together. That seems to be all there is. Talk to you soon.
Tubular. Catch you on the flip side, partner.
As soon as you hang up, Glummer hisses at you, clinging to the desk like it's the only thing keeping him upright.
Alright, you found your info. Now, that's great. Let's wrap this up before someone busts us.
He is quick to retreat out of his seat and around the corner in an instant. You can appreciate it. Playing it safe is often the prudent option. Something gives you pause, though. You're not going to pretend not to realize the other thing you have the option of investigating while you're out here. Your mind has been tossing the idea around since you walked into the room. Glancing over your shoulder, you quietly hang back by the computer. You run the name search for Elsie Rains.
Oh, boy.
Nothing. Not a single match. And you know damn well you're spelling her name correctly. The possibility of an alias runs through your mind, but if that was the case, why would she have kept Rains? It's as if she wasn't ever reduplicated. The implications confound you. You decide to check the retired sigils tab for any signs of her. Your cursor hovers over each result as you read down the chain, looking for any familiar symbols or iconography. The process takes you no longer than 3 minutes. You quickly find yourself in a rhythm, eyes darting between columns. Scorvy, Orvald, Cement, Gravel Horse, Rust, Lingua Memory, Bunsen, Thistle Vurat, Salt.
Oh, Vurat. There we go.
You're halfway through the next name before you backtrack. You've seen it before. That's the Forgiven's hatch name. You heard this tale. The right-hand man and follower of the Vivifier. His original sigil has always been a mystery, though. So much so that seeing an actual symbol next to his name feels slightly uncomfortable. Perhaps not as uncomfortable as he felt having it stripped from him, though. You erase your search history and leave the scene exactly as you found it. You've much to think about. Omsi, no record of Elsie, the Vurat bloodline supposedly ending with Thistle, and the simultaneous existence of another corn-syrup-hued friend of Osius's. Time will tell how these threads converge. Fascinating stuff.
Yes, it's a lot. I always figured that Cancer was the alchemical symbol for a dissolution, but a bunch of alchemy symbols are duplicates. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of sigils for like the same meaning, but different looks.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. It's just like English.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, lady, keep an exhausted mascot slave waiting, huh? I almost thought you'd managed to die by yourself in an empty room. And paled by your own sword to some brutal Rube Glorb shenanigans. What took you?
I just forgot to log off, that's all. Where's Necron? Is he still on duty?
Check for yourself. I'm not here to be your visual impairment, Lucis.
He's almost right. Your vial is indeed somewhere else. Looking through the window, you're greeted by the sight of Bart, surrounded on all sides by the playroom kids, miming an undoubtedly epic story with boundless enthusiasm. What's more impressive is that he's carrying a sleeping child with a single arm, the little one remaining unperturbed even with all of his exaggerated movements and loud voice. They're all enthralled. You can pick up a faint laughter through the wall after he wraps his tail up, presumably with a cheesy pun. You smirk. Just a bit. He's much better than the kids than you give him credit for. Looks like you made a good call. Hall. That reminds you, Sabine wanted to talk to you. You'll get back to him in a second. The kid's name brings a probable link between him and Glomer to mind. You mentioned the name Krydum earlier. Are you familiar with him?
Wow, okay, so we're just gonna go and ask that invasive and personal question out of the blue then? Alright.
Answer the question.
I was getting to it. Yeah, he's kind of my mate Brit, you know, like red soulmate. So it'd be really weird happenstance if I didn't know the guy. Yo, let's go.
He knows a programmer, by which he's dating one.
So, good, I love that. What's it to you?
I require his expertise. I'm going to take me to him at your earliest opportunity, convenient or otherwise. You're met with yet another groan of aggravation. You're starting to think that's just his default reaction to being told what to do.
I want to say this, Secily, you're dumb. You already know where Krydum is. You don't need to ask Glomer. You were already told by Sabine. Kind of a fail wife with bad memory, huh? Man, you just love to tell me I'm going to do things, no matter if I'm actually obligated to do it or not. I mean, yeah, important case or whatever, but I don't have shit to do with it. And I highly doubt he does either. So what's the possible non-violent method you could use to convince me?
You had a funny feeling he'd ask that question. It's a smile when you answer, but you do feel the familiar comfort of knowing you're about to play the right card. I can use this case to give you more time off work, as a matter of fact. But perhaps the sword would be more convincing. As predicted, Glomer's ears perk up. You can still see hesitation in his eyes, but you manage to pierce his nigh impenetrable wall of cynicism. You fail to mention you're briefly considering ratting him out to Himifi.
Oh, come on. Fuck off, Cecily. Alright, fine. I can make it happen.
Perfect. Granted, you already know we're crying on those things to your visit to Sabine's residence earlier, but having his mate for its endorsement will have matters significantly.
Oh, okay. She did bring that up. Okay.
You've heard tell that he's somewhat of a nervous wreck. Better safe than sorry. Excellent. I'll touch base with you when I have further details. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a phone call to make.
Yeah, fine. If Huckinator 5000 over there is content to do my job for me, I got some complete lack of sleep I've been not getting for the past blink to catch up on. I'll be in my closet contemplating my life choices if you need me.
Oh, before I forget, have you had some assignments for you to complete before...
Yeah, plotting pen and shit, I know how it is. She always gives me these instructions like 3 times over, because I act like I'm not listening. But really, she just scares the shit out of me! I'll get to it after I'm done passing out. Be back in 5.
Whatever you say.
Krytum is the rust blood from behind the garden maze, right?
No. No, that's completely inaccurate. That's Voltel.
Krytum is someone we haven't met yet, but
Yeah.
is the downstore neighbor to Sabine.
Yes. You're pretty sure Glomer's not supposed to be napping inside the closet, but he sure is not shortly waltzing in anyway. You start to hear snoring a whopping 10 seconds later. You're equally unconvinced that 5 minutes will provide him any semblance of rest. But you've technically functioned on less, so what do you know? Alright, so I'm just gonna go... I'm gonna scroll down on the transcript here because Sabine's quirk is still an issue on this version of the game for me, so... Alright. Well, Necron's busy entertaining children, and Glomer's out of commission. There's no better time to get back to Sabine. You give him a ring and keep an eye out for Himifi through the break room window.
Is that her real middle name?
No.
Okay. Cecily Athelita of Iopara.
Did you just get assigned a middle name?
You have some nerve making me wait like this, threatening to waste my valuable time and my valuable and precious time. You're lucky you yourself are also on a mission to rescue this planet from the dredges of disaster.
Hello, Sabine. What was it that you just called me? Lethia? Lethia? How would you even spell it? There's no way that's only 6 letters, although near irrelevant practice. You don't want to say it, but the fact that middle names, or as a cultural norm, haven't been around since long before you were hatched is perhaps a bit insulting.
It's obviously cooler to have a fake middle name break convention. Do you think I enjoy partaking in foolish traditions other people set up? I mean, duh!
Oh, I'm worthy of a cool fake name, then.
I begrudgingly accept you as an individual with equal intellect. Don't let it get to your head. You're probably nearly old enough for an 8-letter title anyways, old person.
As touched as you are, you've been at this for far too long and would love to just get to the point. Is this pertaining to my neural scan?
Are there over 1,200 unique recorded forms of bacterial infection via falling rainwater?
You swear nobody knows how to say a plain and simple yes these days. Talk to me. What were those individuals discussing back at the award ceremony?
About that. See, there was an extreme interference that would prevent my software from deciphering one of the voices. The data was pretty corrupted. This strongly suggests that they were using some sort of voice masking or modulation system despite being at a party. Some people can be really freaking paranoid.
That sours your mood somewhat, but at least strongly suggests that your little mystery caller Omtsi has attended the party. Gods, it feels good to have this information. Tell me about the other voice, then. You sound like you managed to extrapolate something interesting.
Not incorrect. The informant appears to have access to some sort of real-time database, having logon details that allow her to maneuver the system from within. She claims that her prices wouldn't be so astronomical if the information wasn't so legitimate. This is no instance of illegal entry. This woman has a corporate salary.
Okay, you had a hunch it was a corporate employee this whole time. But you appreciate the confirmation regardless. There's always the possibility of leaked login information, but you stay quiet. Wait for him to continue speaking.
Hello? Rapiton the Regulator. Help me solve a case here.
Of course. I wanted to have all the facts before I came to any conclusions. Was there any confirmation about the integrity of that route data?
Was there ever? The other party brought up quite the impressive resume of previously leaked information. Crimes tracing back sweeps. However much free time you have, I'm about to annihilate with mercifully and gleefully.
I'm all ears. Spare no detail. I'll look for common threads next time I have access on the records.
Down to the list then. Chronologically, alphabetically, or priority.
Chronological, obviously.
Correct answer. Let's start with the Dr. Demento scandal.
Very good.
Oh my god.
Glummer sleeping and Necron in the Bart suit.
Necron's... I can't tell if Necron's having the time of his life, but he probably is. It's Necron.
Probably is, yeah.
Jesus.
Alright, that's Glummer's route done. A very long route,
yeah,
but it's very good.
It was very good. Give Glummer a fucking break. Please, please, please.
Alright.
And now for the one I don't recognize. Did you not read Cinare's route before? Interesting.
Cinare's route is very, it's very important. I will say I am going to be right back real quick because Bunny's been winding up a storm for like 5 minutes and I gotta walk her.
Okay, that's fair. I probably won't watch the next round. I need to keep some surprises for myself. That's totally fair. Understandable. In that case, if you're gonna head out, then it was great seeing you. Thank you so much for joining us, Starlight. I appreciate it. They were super tight when I watched a video on it. They didn't make a video on it. Who exactly? I had... Oh shit! Glommer's actually now out of the suit. It's not Bart anymore. It's actually Glommer's face. That's really cool. Bye bye, Starlight. Good night. Both are completely possible answers. Fair enough. Understandable. You intername. You decide to name a grub. Never forget. Never forget. Hank Kill. Very good. Very good. I'm gonna fuck around for a little bit. Oh wait. Hand Refro, Krytum. Krytum's sigil looks very grayish. I know I think Krytum's supposed to be a blue blood, but that's very light actually. Funny friend. Funny little friend. That's a funny little man right there. Oh man, no. Oh, holy shit. That was so much, genuinely. I need a water break. Sometimes you just need sippies. Also, the music's not here. The music is gone. Unfortunate. I'll have to make up the song now. They might be more grayed out until the route is played. You might be right about that, Tyson. I mean, I think that's probably the case, but it looks just so faded. It really honestly looks like it's like gray, like Carcat's sigil is. I don't know. Whack. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh god. Something in my leg just popped, and it popped real whack. Whew, okay. Got a stern scolding from Gerbat. Ominous forewarning from Batel. Auditory assistance and a headache from Sabine. Got stuck with an impossible to wash out smell from your coat from Glommer's Bart suit. Ugh. Gross. I do agree though. Crime color is definitely more light than the others, even in VE. Huh, okay. Welcome back, bud.
Right. I'm ready. I am ready to freaking go.
Okay, alright, bud. Let me, I gotta pull up. I actually gotta go back because I was looking at the achievements.
Oh yeah, Krytum's is like... I don't know. I kind of like the sort of desaturated-ish look for him.
No, that's fair. It's just on the achievement screen. It really looks like it just looks like the colors really like grayed out. It honestly looks like it's just straight up gray.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Cinare.
Cinare Montour. A long time ago, you could have walked through the trees outside of here like she does. A past self would have visited the forests and cities she walks on Enrique's. And maybe you would end up in some faraway land reminiscent of the lives your ancestor lives in kingdoms with small towns and little hives. You often wonder if you would have been the same person in those times. You wouldn't. Cecily, you really wouldn't have,
It's not
actually.
Cecily.
Oh! Interesting. Okay. Would you work the same profession? Would grieving trolls show up at your doorstep begging you to save them time and time again? There's dirt on her face when you open the door. Mud on her boots. They say that when the trees died in Stronghold 21, they all died almost all at once. There was a diffusive effect from the pollution in the waterways that worked its way into the rain, and when it came down, it scorched the dirt in the city. History books will tell you that that in the span of less than half a sweep, a chemical manufacturer generated enough waste to raise 70% of the plant life in the stronghold to the ground. They'd pay trolls to replace the dead trees every season, sweep after sweep, just dig out the rot and make it new again, until all there was left was a smattering of plastic and polymers. Yo, I can't believe it. This is the ones we're reading the Lorax. Hooray! Jesus Christ. I can't wait to see the Onceler troll. Wait, hang on. Onceler. Okay, Onceler is in fact a legitimate troll first name. So
yeah, if you get rid of the first C.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. The back of her coat is covered in soot, like she's been riding around in the coal mines. Or through the streets just outside. Stronghold 21 really is just themed when we were thinking about it. That is exactly what I was thinking about, and I hate that. God. There were times, they say, when the cold wouldn't last forever, and the suns could even be pleasant things. Trolls lived simpler lives back then. Politicking, jockeying for power over rigorous populace. But her brow is tense now, and she wears that pseudo-stoic face that she borrows when her heart has had enough, when she is begging it to hold herself together. You've seen that face so many times.
I need you.
I know. Ah, okay.
There it is, Lightning McQueen!
Fuck off. Fuck off! God damn it.
Shoutouts to Zero for that entire car sprite.
It's insane. That's so insane. Holy shit.
He didn't have to do it, but he did.
Yes.
Icon.
Yes, I agree.
Alright.
Floor is yours.
How do I read her voice? Every damn time.
Pardon? She pulls herself out from under the hood. The truck she's working on is new. Or rather new to her, seeing as she found it wrecked in an old parking lot about 40 expanses from here.
It's nothing. Wrong wrench.
And back under she goes. She reaches her arm out to the side, dropping the offending spanner onto what is effectively a surgical tray on wheels. Without looking, she digs through the disorganized pile of tools, to there find a replacement.
So, did you just come here to watch me work? I mean, not that that's a problem, obviously.
She grunts with exertion, putting in the correct wrench to good use.
But lately, kinda seems like your time is in high demand. I was starting to wonder if I had the chops to compete for it.
I'm Sorry you felt that way.
Well, we're all sorry for something. I'm hoping you're here with good news at least. I could really use a pick-me-up.
Did something happen?
No, but I have a feeling something is about to. And you know, your phone call has a lot to do with that feeling.
Are you implying I only give you bad news?
I'm implying that you haven't contacted me in over a blink, and I'm wondering what the special occasion is.
We've had this conversation before, I think. If you're upset with me, you're welcome to say so in plain words. Otherwise, I won't be able to address your concerns.
You know, for someone who spent sleeps in the mountains mastering the senses, you can be incredibly dense.
It seems like I'm being punished for reaching out to you. Can you see why that may cause a person to react poorly? She actually stops working on the truck this time. Her arms spanned the sides of the truck.
I was kidding, but I think I have a right to be upset if I want to be.
She turns around. Her brow is arched, and she's standing with that half-cocked pose she does that may as well be a dare. I know. You do. She smirks.
Damn right I do. No more canceled dates, alright? Whatever's going on, you gotta let me in.
You nod. When she holds her arm open, you fall into them as quickly as you can.
I'm really glad to see you.
I am sorry, by the way. I meant to call you sooner.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in the mood to play that card anymore. You're lucky you're so cute.
And dangerous.
Of course. Did it even need to be said?
She lets you go with the kiss. She won't hold a grudge against you, but you can still a little guilty, especially since you came here at Cecily's request. Why did you come here again? Recall, Cinare Montour. Your recall ability fails. Only Secily can use this ability. That's a bit embarrassing, but no need to worry. You have your ways. Read, Cinare Montour.
God, I love Mshiri and Cinare's relationship so much.
It's very good. Well, here's the thing. Is this just friendship, or is this...
No, they're mate sprits.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Cringers, I've arrived. Hi, Ev. You're cringe.
Hello, Everett.
How you doing tonight, bud? I hope you're having a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
Cinare Montour is one hell of a mechanic. She has connections all over Repeton's less reputable circles outside the city, though not because she's disreputable herself. Thank you, Draco, for the blessing. Appreciated. Breaking the curse of cringe. Good. Thank you. Rather, she's been caught dead in the stronghold these days. She hates corporate, and with good reason. Despite this, her past mixed with her present makes her the perfect cocktail of information related to corporate-owned trucking businesses. From what she's told you, she's got an eye on personnel, distributors and their products, schedules, and most importantly, route data. The kind of information Cecily needs to follow up on her tips from the award ceremony. Excuse me, Jesus.
Issues.
I need everyone to point and call me a dumbass because I just closed the wrong fucking tab. I'm very sorry. I'm not going to call you dumbass, but I'm very sorry you closed the wrong tab.
I'm so sorry, Everett. No.
This just so sucks. Cinare also happens to be your mate sprite. Your mate sprite who doesn't appreciate that you've been blowing her off for Repeton's star regulator. She
Understandable. Have a good day.
Yeah, this is true. If only Mshiri was allowed to have two hands. The way she wears her disappointment on her face is in several ways, even through a smile. She's trying to be pleasant for your date. You scold yourself a bit for neglecting her as much as you've been. It's not fair to you to keep letting yourself get caught up in Cecily's messes. Cinare's given you every opportunity to show her you're serious about being with her. You think it's that time patience paid its dividends. It was this tab? Okay. God damn it, Ev. But what about the case? Yes, what about it? It's only been at the center of your attention since Secily came bursting through your door half dead and paranoid. Again. As Cinare was polite enough to remind you, you've had to cancel your recent days to juggle her muggler work with your work. You agreed to do it, sure, but only because she was spitting out on her own. Secily is brilliant. Usually. You love her immensely, but she really does seem to think she can operate alone. This threat she's facing now might be just too much for her to handle, as predictable as she can be. Maybe you should go back. There's some contacts you could pull for her. Maybe find a few more teammates she can tolerate so she doesn't have to go careening into another depressive no-dive. But what about Cinare? Yeah. Just I'll stand on my desktop again, but I'm losing it a little bit. I mean, now make it your desktop background. Fuck it. Make Fanter your entire background. Why not?
Do it, you won't.
You coward. Focus, Mshiri. Now is not the time. Secily can wait. If the topic of case comes up organically, you'll ask Cinare about the route data like she asked you to. Until then, your attention will be on your mate's spread. These moments are supposed to be what life is all about, after all. Cinare's garage is a study of heuristics. It presents an easy way to form an opinion about who she is. Messy floors, messy tables, walls covered in old calendars, posters with cars that feature a peculiar aesthetic more befitting of 10 sweeps ago. It's a life of displacement, disordered. But if you take the time to look a little deeper, you start to notice a pattern in the chaos. And under that, you start to see that it was never really a mess at all. It's a self-portrait. See, Cinare lives alone in the middle of nowhere. It's not that she can't keep up, it's that she has no one to impress anymore but herself. And that works for her. It works for you and more. You love Secily, but she demands a lot more from you. And she demands that you hide a lot of yourself. Ooh. Oh. I don't like that. She tends to rely on her heuristics. Just as she chose to judge Cinare on appearances alone, she's taken to deciding who you are these days based on personal convenience. It's easier that way for most of your clients, you suppose. Oof. But that never really was you, was it?
Yeah, reading back on Mshiri's route is always just like... It's really gay, obviously,
Yes.
but also, like, Secily very much idealizes Mshiri and, like, doesn't really understand her beyond her, role and, her... and what she's supposed to do for Secily.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, it's one of the things that I really appreciate about, how this route, like, brings up that in particular about the relationship.
Fair, yes. I enjoy it, but it's definitely not healthy in its current state.
Yeah. You know, I was almost hoping to see you in your robes today. I wondered if you would have time to change since you came here right after work.
Do you not like the leather? Hello? Uh-oh. I think Donnovan is dying right now. Hello? Yeah, Don is, I think, dead right now. I don't think it's on my end. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. It's fine. In the meantime, we can just appreciate Cinare. She does look very good in a leather jacket, honestly. I hope we do see a Mshiri sprites of Mshiri in the leather. I think that'd be very nice, actually. Yeah. Don needs a moment. Show us Fanter?
Okay.
Oh, well, no, it's too late. I'm not going to show Fanter. Sorry.
For some reason, my internet just decided to freaking crap out for a hot minute.
Whack. I'm so sorry about that, but welcome back.
It's okay. Alright, thank you. What line did I read before I cut out?
You didn't even get through, well, I just read, do you not like the leather?
Okay. What a ridiculous idea. Do I not like the leather? You look cool as hell in leather, Mshiri. It's more like... Okay, you ever see those videos where a tiny little helpless little bark beast tears up a burglar Nova's business?
So my clients like them, yes.
It's like that. Sort of a morbid fascination. I like thinking that I'm the only one who knows what you're actually capable of.
Are you hoping I'll snap and chew up my bosses?
A maiming or two would be nice, if it's not too much to ask.
You can feel her grinning, even if you can't see it. She closes the hood of the truck to fiddle with something on the windshield. I'll take it into consideration. I do like entertaining morbid fascinations, after all.
Is that why you keep the cop around?
Something like that. She could certainly be morbidly fascinating at times.
Is that what you're calling it now? Does she even know you come out here?
You shift a bit. You were hoping to drag this out a little bit longer.
Hello?
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, no, I died. Stream died as well.
Oh no. Alright.
Oh, wait, no, stream's back.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, Jesus. Motherfucking internet.
Both
Yeah.
our internets.
What the fuck? I'm sending our internets good vibes. I'm
Please. I just want to read Cinare.
so true.
Alright, what line did you hear before you cut out?
Well, I was reading, you shift a bit. You were hoping to drag this out just a bit longer. She does now.
What's that supposed to mean?
It doesn't have to be now. But at some point, she and I were meaning to ask you some things. She lowers her head down slowly. It makes a deep thud when it hits the hood.
Is she here somewhere? Did she follow me?
Of course not. She turns around to face you, clearly disappointed. I know she can be hard to manage. You won't have to see her.
It's not really the problem, though, is it? The chick's a cab Mshiri with a capital C.
Despite her bizarre choice of words, you want to agree with her. You hated corporate as much as she does. You know better than anyone how suffocating that place can be. Remember how you met Cinare. Those days, she smoked even more than she does now, if that can be believed. It suited her. She's a big name for a while in the offices, and you even remember sitting in a conference room with her a few times while she worked her way up the corporate ladder. Back then, the most you knew of her was that she seemed nice, if not a little bit aggressive. And she always seemed to be chewing on those smoking filters and one of those caustic candy cigarettes. When the time came for you to sit down with her one-on-one, she'd just been promoted to a leading position in the fiscal responsibility department. Her office was filled with dim ambient light and the syrupy acrid stench of burnt sugar. She was intoxicating. She must have caught you staring, because she flashed you a wise smirk as she asked you to close the door.
Don't worry, this is just a formality.
She had said.
I just wanted to check a couple numbers with you.
You resist asking to check hers. God! Let's go! Lesbians win! But that would come later. You started acting as Cinare's chief source of information about some of the more elusive tidbits around the temp agencies. Once or twice you may have slipped in a few personal details. Something she never seemed to mind. You told her you weren't looking for a mate spread, but as master breaks turned into lunch dates under the guise of business meetings, it became painfully obvious to anyone watching that you were smitten. You couldn't have guessed from her smoky eyes, but under it all, she was burning away. You never asked the details, but you heard something about secondhand sources. Apparently, she had looked into the books of some of her less inclined colleagues and found something sinister. After that, there were 3 phone calls. The first ended in a shouting match. The second, with vitriol the likes of the office had never seen. The third ended when she stormed the office of the executive and had to be escorted from the building, but none other than Secily Ayapara herself. When you found her, she was sitting on the curb with makeup running down her cheeks.
Mshiri, you're the only goddamn thing in there worth saving.
She told you.
You're the only thing here that ever made any fucking sense at all.
You asked her what you could do. She asked you to stay with her. So you did. Hot damn.
Hello? Repetanti Libetta?
For really quickly, Piranha Plant, it's good seeing you again. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing?
Hello. Welcome.
You snap out of it to find her standing face to face with you. What happened to paying attention? I apologize. I was lost in thought. Her arms are covered in dark stains from her working on the engine, which now seems to be humming with life. When did that happen? She grins at you.
You like it?
It's incredibly impressive. You reveal more of your technical prowess with every endeavor I witness. I should be so lucky to see a woman like you in action.
You want to give her a spin?
She presses a button in the panel attached to the wall. With rusty complaints, the garage door scrapes open. Are we done talking about Secily?
We are until you bring her up again.
Yes, unfortunately, we did do Glommer's route probably about 15 minutes ago. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry about that, but we got Cinare here, and you're getting good lesbian action.
Yeah.
She makes her way around you and into the driver's seat. The truck's door there is equally as rusted as the garage. By the sounds of it, the adhesive attaching to the frame is made out of craft glue and prayers. Are you sure it's safe?
This'll find out.
She shifts into the first gear, and the truck begins to move.
Alright, and now we get to Secily. Do you want to read this perspective as well?
This perspective as Secily?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
One palm and then the other. There are thoughts in your head. That doesn't make any sense. One thing, then the next move. One step at a time. You give up. Your nails dig into your arm. Are you actually here? Are you just dreaming this all up? Is that junior regulator looking at you at funny? What are you gonna say to him there when he sees you? Are you still the same as you were before? As when you gave you your sword? Your license to kill? You still good enough to face him? You pull at your skin. Focus. You can do this. You've been planning for this meeting. Why did she have to die?
Miss Ayapara? The executive will see you now.
It's time. You step into the elevator. It's been a long while since you took it all the way to the top. You feel your brain is on fire. There's a number of ways this could go, and it's been hell trying to plan all the possible contingencies. The executive says your still living ancestor doesn't take many meetings these days. The topic must be incredibly important if he's willing to risk contaminating his room. This may be your last chance to see him, you think. He's barely hanging on. So why are you scared of him? The elevator slows. When it opens, you are greeted with a dark space lit only by maroon light underneath the panels in the walls. It's small. Its only real purpose to serve as a transition between the elevator and an airlock. The sterilization chamber. The walls surround the airlock are made of glass. From where you stand, backlit against the elevator's interior, you can see his bed. At his side, a woman in a lab coat is injecting something into his TV. Ivy! Into his TV. Yo, they get Netflix on Repeton? No fucking way. You step into the room. The elevator doors close behind you, leaving you in near darkness. Inject the shows right into the TV. Yes. That's...
The executive wants to watch Jeopardy.
Oh my fucking god. Honestly, I wouldn't have even be surprised if that was a genuine thing on Repeton. Inject Superstar Ultra into the TV. I mean, oh yeah, actually, really quickly speaking on that, I did fix that. My Wii U can actually now inject games back into it, thank god.
Yay!
Yeah. Woo! A trembling arm lifts itself to the brush against the doctor's coat. She glances up to meet your eyes. Then the keys something into the device on the wall near the airlock. When the doors slide open, you step inside quickly. They close behind you, and the chamber shines with a deep blue and UV light. The doctor's voice crackles through a speaker in the ceiling.
Arms at your side, please.
You follow the instructions. A pungent spray mists from the nozzles hidden within the walls. When they deactivate, you find yourself slightly damp.
I assume you know how to put on the mask?
A panel slides to the side. Behind is a box of surgical masks. You grab one and slide it over your mouth. The doctor enters another combination into the wall panel, and some of the air in the room is vacuumed away. As the pressure equalizes, the door to the executive's room slides open. Hey, it's Don Arties.
Yes, and Heather Arties.
Oh, Heather Arties. You step inside. Every plan you made leaves your head as you approach the bed of a man who bargained away your mate Sprit's life. When he smiles, when he sees you, his ancient face splits into a cracked smile.
Regular Yopara. I'm glad you could make it. Roder?
The doctor stands at attention.
Sir? Leave us. But, open the blinds first.
She nods. A few quick taps on the keypad, and the wall to the left segments and rotates onto too many axles to reveal the night sky outside. The room sinks into a pale moonlight and indigo. You look back at her. She is already gone.
Will we begin? Thank you for taking time off of Operation Snowbound Blood for this discussion, and thank you for your continued labor on this case, despite your reservations. You know how important this is to the heir of Miss Hecrix. Thank you for putting them first.
It was before they even hatched. I couldn't hold it against them.
This reminds me, regular Yopara. Miss Hecrix provided me with this sweeps through duplication registry, and I again didn't find your name. It would bring an old man great comfort to know his heir will never live in a world without an Iapara by his side. Have you considered contributing?
You grew up in the ruins my ancestor left, sir. I'm sure you understand my pretenseness.
Our Kama was loyal. He fulfilled his duty.
And I've been too. I've pierced the beating hearts of whoever stood between you and your vision for this world. Arkamu, thank you. Fuck. Arkamu was repaid for his loyalty in blood and loss. He is remembered as a monster. And I've begun to fear I'll share that legacy.
Yeah, I see it.
The executive is gesturing at your hip at Proserpina. His hand is shaking, with a pulse measuring cuff on his finger, and medical tubes snaking around his arm. It's a troll Gendo. I don't know what Gendo is.
Gendo from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Oh, I was gonna say he looks like. I thought that was saying that he looks like Troll Ganondorf.
No. God.
His face is worn from eras as Reperton's protector, and yet his eyes always glisten with pride when you are in the room. When you were young, nothing made you more certain you were on the right path in life. Now, you're not so sure. You gently draw the sword and turn the hand to him hilt first. He takes it in a trembling hand and turns it over, sighing wistfully.
At Caesar's death, Celes destroyed most of his followers' cherished artifacts, but this blade survived. Perhaps the finest of its era. You gave it a new name and a new purpose.
He meets your eyes, squinting and determined.
We do not live in his shadow, nor would another live in yours. Regardless, we have business to discuss, don't we, Regulator?
Yes, sir. We do. He hands your sword back to you, then softly sighs, closing his eyes.
Give me a moment.
Yeah.
Right. There is little I have left in this world, Regular Yupara. The planet I rebuilt has long since been torn apart again. This matter I have asked you to look into, this case. It's time I told you the truth about it. It's time you understood the truth about Operation Snowbound Blood. What a stupid name. You have to think of if blood could scare something.
Unfortunately, it's not as trivial as it sounds. It's an unmitigated disaster that has led to around 25 deaths or more at this point. I wouldn't put you in such an awkward situation for anything less. Cinare whistles in disbelief.
Whew. Yeesh, no kidding. And Cecily's gone and fucked it all up, I'm guessing?
Well, I wouldn't say that. But she seems fixated on following the orders of the exact person trying to kill her.
Cute. Always a pragmatist, you're Moirail.
She's suffering, and she's doing the best she can to save the other targets.
Right, I get it.
She's been driving on the highway for a few expanses now. The roads are ramshackle things full of craters and displaced asphalt, so at times the ride can feel a bit of a wooden roller coaster. A solitary road sign has been labeled for Stronghold P3P51, which apparently is still around 222 expanses away.
So, what does he need from me?
Recently, a troll was able to discover something hidden in Cecily's memory. There's a conversation mentioning the illegal trade of stolen route data for a hijacked truck. She and I thought you might know something about how such data was acquired, or that one of your clients might.
Usually you have to go through corporate's internal network to find that kind of dirt. Someone who's been in trucking business for a while would maybe know enough about that system to get in and seal it, though.
Do you know anyone like that?
Not for a regulator, I don't.
Cinare. This is really important.
So is my reputation as, not a narc. Besides, I'm sure your little Miss Sherlock can sleuth it out on her own.
She pulls onto an exit. The scenery changes from barren to lush in almost an instant. I understand you hate her. I understand the two of you have had your differences. But this is bigger than that. You're acting like a spoiled wriggler.
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what you understand, Mshiri. It's becoming pretty fucking obvious you don't understand anything at all.
I understand that you were refusing to act here when it could cost lives.
No, your little wage slave lapdog Moira is costing lives. I'm under no obligation to help her.
Cinare, please. She drags on her cigarettes.
Do you even know the kind of shit she does?
I know she does it for good reasons. At least she believes they are good reasons in her heart.
You think that justifies anything? If I intend to kill a spider with my truck and end up ramming it through your hide, do my intentions make that okay?
That seems like a faulty analogy.
Hardly.
You sigh hard. Out the window, dense forest has been working away at the pavement on the sides of the road. The two of you can sit in silence for a painful few moments. You can hear the sound of her blowing the smoke from her lungs.
Hate to say this, Shiri, but she really sucks for you.
You don't respond. It's not like this isn't the first time this topic has been broached. She reaches out her hand to you. You take it in yours begrudgingly.
Remember we used to do volunteer work? I still check in on that shelter from time to time.
You do remember. People corporate would fire. People the city decided wouldn't be use of anymore. A lot of them would end up stuck up with no food or no home, satelliting the stronghold. After Cinare lost her job, she took it upon herself to see that none of them went hungry. She'd spent hours at this run-down homeless shelter, maybe not even for herself, but for the meditative state that it would put her in. She would bring you along sometimes. It always struck you how similar it seemed for therapy to her. It struck you even more just how many people there had lost everything. You run your thumb over the back of her hand.
Some of the people I met there didn't make it. Murder maniacs started using that place to find fodder for their fight clubs. And Cobra just lets it happen because they've got rare blood. If I got put out like that, Ceci would let me get killed. You know that, right?
Funny you mention that. She just finished killing a fair amount of murder maniacs.
I heard about this. It was part of the case, right? I lost a couple of clients in that fight.
But surely that shows that Secily isn't a monster.
I mean, sure, but there was something in it for her bosses this time, right?
You were hearing about Cecily's injuries after the fight. She and Necron fought within an inch of their lives. That approach is needlessly cynical. She doesn't fight for materialism.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt that Cicely does some good things, Shiri. That's not what I'm saying, You know how many missing persons reports I filed when the shelter started losing people? And nobody came. Not even your girl.
She was on other cases, fighting other cults at the time. Not to mention the several extraction operations I'm aware of specifically related to Murthamaniac Greens and Red Rooms.
Successful ones, or do they go in every time with silk gloves on? Because I know for a fact that extraction protocols state that Highbloods are not to be killed outside of self-defense. Kinda defeats the purpose of pulling anyone out, doesn't it?
I'm aware of successful extractions. God damn it. Got another nasty bot to ban.
Oh damn it, no!
Nice try, dipshit.
Alright. So the cult members they, don't kill, go out and kidnap someone else instead. Cobra just picks the ones they like to save, and my friends are cool to die, right?
Secily isn't involved in that. She gives you a look.
Listen, the point I'm making is not that Cecily's overly sympathetic to Maniacs or any other freak show band of backwater hooligans you're about to throw my way. The point is that her bosses are. from the few interactions I've had with the gal, I'd say she's not a big fan on defying orders. Corporate didn't help the people out there when they needed it. So I'm not gonna help corporate. Simple as that.
The road turns into gravel. You've driven far away from civilization. Maybe you could consider it a favor from me instead. If you help just this once, I'd be deeply grateful. I'm scared for her and everyone involved. She seems to consider that. She runs her fingers along her hands, squeezing gently at times.
I'll think about it. For now, though, I want to show you something.
The truck squeaked to a stop in a patch of rough ground off the side of the forest.
Follow me.
She pulls the key from ignition, then disappears into the tree line, following a thin, overgrown nature trail. You step out of the truck to follow her.
Our entire lives, this whole planet, my empire, has been nothing but a preamble. We exist as scribes of code for a bitter game regulator para, and it is the only thing worth fighting for.
I don't understand.
I doubt you would, but know this, and know that there is nothing we could do to avoid fate. You and I are destined for morbid ends. Do you know how old I am, Regulator?
I don't, sir.
I am 144 sweeps old.
Holy shit. Nonsense, sir. You don't look a day over 100. He cracks a grin. A pathetic laugh emanates from somewhere in his throat.
Blood? Do you know where it comes from?
Of course, sir. It comes from the fire.
The animator, she could be called. The life giver. She was a remarkable woman. Sakura was her real name. I mentioned you to her before she died.
How is that, sir? She died over 100 sweeps ago.
And yet, the blood you're searching for, the blood you have killed to find, is only 19 sweeps old.
You feel a shock in your core. Reigns. She has a descendant.
Yes, but I'm forbidden to touch her.
But you've been stealing her blood.
Not hers. For 100 sweeps, there has been Sakura's blood flowing in my veins. The volume you're searching for is merely the end of a centenarius-long experiment.
Which means...
The Vivifier died less than 10 sweeps ago, Regulator.
God damn! Oh, holy fuck. What? So this whole time you've been leading me on?
In essence, yes. It was necessary.
Then who is Elsie Reigns?
Elsie is the beginning of the end for us. She is an exchange, at times a bargaining piece. She is the most important person on the planet.
You can't respond. You only wait for him to continue.
Sakura and her partner Thesil came to me in an aftermath of great suffering, when it seemed no hope remained in the hellscape that Renaissance left behind. And from ruin, I became the catalyst of the greatest revolution in history. When the ground was empty of anything worth hoping for, I transmuted the ground into something new. I led by example, and as alchemists, we rebuilt Repeton from nothing. I was not just a leader regulator, I was a messiah, and they needed me. And without my help, their descendants could never be born.
And in return...
She gave me her blood, and I lived on. But the time came when I could not stall any longer. And on the day Elsie Reigns was born, the Vivifier perished.
A cloud shifts out the white moon. The room becomes drenched in midnight blue.
She let me what remained of her blood, I survived through her will. This last vial, what is left of her and of me. When you find it, I would like you to bring it to my heir. He will be taking my place soon. I've grown so tired of living.
Your knees have been locked this whole time. Your head is pounding. Does Sestro know?
He doesn't. He knows none of what I have told you. Only that Elsie is of highest priority. I would ask that you keep it that way.
You nod. If Sestro knew, how could that benefit him? It'd only drown him in guilt.
Regulator.
Sir.
Would you indulge me for a moment? I would like to discuss some thoughts with you. I will take your silence as an invitation.
He turns to face the window, just like his descendant. His eyes scan across the gray expanses of the stars above.
In my time on this planet, I have known so many people. I have loved many of them. But each life, each indelible moment I held in my mind as proof of something greater than myself. My reasons to stay alive. Well, I've seen all of them die. And I've forgotten where most of them are buried.
I'm sorry, sir.
In my younger days, I dreamed of space. I used to believe in an eternity above our heads. I would build rockets in my mind, and I would see them drifting to worlds greener than this. This great beyond was a spirit of progress, was hope for something better. But the ships I built never returned. Brilliant minds were lost to a cold vacuum. And the only things left of those programs now are brittle memories that serve no one and nothing. Testaments to failure. I am nothing but an anachronism, Secily. I lingered here knowing that I was lingering for nothing. I persisted to search for fragments of a time when I was naive. To spend my life waiting for the right moments. But I'm realizing now that there was never a right moment for any of it. This plan spins on and more die each day. But your life can still mean something. And that is why I called you here. I meant to wait to see what will come of your investigation, but the things you have found, the players involved, I cannot afford to wait any longer. I need you to do something for me.
His eyes break from the window to catch yours.
When this case ends, you will find Reigns in the descendant of Thesel Virat, and you will protect them with your life. Refusal of this mission could result in the death of Rapiton.
And my position as chief regulator
Will be terminated, yes. This task is strictly off record. Your contacts will be monitored as well.
Your hands are shaking like his are. Your thoughts drift to Osmosis.
Do you feel capable of continuing your work?
I do, sir.
You're dismissed. Send Roger back in when you go, please.
You turn to face the airlock, but you can't move. This is so wrong. Everything about this is so wrong. You need to ask him. You can't keep going without knowing. You turn back around to face him. Sir. He looks at you. His eyes tell you he was expecting this. I wanted to ask you about Alina. The two of you stumble out into a woods together. The hike wasn't a long one. The trail was dense with foliage due to sweeps of disuse.
See? What did I tell you? Totally worth it.
In front of you is the most natural landscape you have seen in the 8 sweeps of your professional life. It's beautiful. I wonder if Sestro and Elsie are siblings because of the blood, since Sakura gave Thistle her blood and made Arjun Elsie canonical siblings. would that mean that Cestro is also related? Now I'm really curious.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna say no.
Good.
Mostly because we never really considered it before.
That's a decent question. I think my guess is the answer is no, but if anything, I would consider them spiritual cousins at least.
Yeah.
It's
Also, Piranha, the executive he's very complicated. He's got a lot going on, but he's also not the greatest person.
oh yeah, no, like he's definitely a shitbag, but it's complicated. But also, I do want to say, Ghost, how's it going tonight? I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. What's happening? What's going on? It seems to stretch on forever. I had no idea this place even existed. And so close to the stronghold. How is this here?
I'll admit, it's a bit of a forced perspective. This cliff just happens to be the perfect spot to view what's left of this place. But if you can tell, it's starting to come back. Not much, but it's a start. I had a feeling you'd like it.
By the way, Ghost, it's good to meet you as well. It's very nice to meet you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. It reminds me of my time at the Temple of the Mediators. There was a place in the Alpine foothills like this. As you watch, she brings her arm around your shoulder and pulls herself close to you.
You miss it?
My time with the Mediators, you mean?
Your time outside the city. You had your whole life ahead of you.
The horizon in front of you is beginning to blend into the first signs of day. I do. So much.
You know, there's a place for us out there. We don't have to stay orbiting Stronghold for the rest of our lives.
Cinare. There's so much left to do here.
I know. But when it's over, when the case is done, maybe.
You have. She notices.
I know I haven't been easy to deal with today. I'm sorry for that. I keep letting my personal stuff get in the way.
I'm not mad at you for your convictions. If it were up to me, I would have never been involved in this case. But it wasn't up to me. I just want people to stay safe, and I need you to be on my side on this. She spends a moment staring out on the canopy of life below. The vapors from the end of her cigarette spiral into the breeze, disappearing into the shattered atmosphere.
Alright. Ask me anything you need to know.
You decide to ask if Cinare's heard of Noxious.
That name sounds familiar. I definitely haven't met the guy personally, but I heard through the grapevine that he's a pretty tough customer. Targeted harassment, baiting, fraud, all to get unstable folks to walk off the deep end, right?
Yes, that's him.
Fuck that guy.
Agreed. She takes another pull from her cigarette, which is nearing the end of its life. She puts it from her mouth, puts it on the side of her boot, then eats the candy-coated filter.
You hear a lot of talk about this guy, Ashbringer, too. They say he's working with a cop. Scares the shit out of some of my seedier clients. He's parting with your girl?
Yes. His name is Necron. The two of them are hunting Noxious together.
Now, that's at least something I can respect. I never would have thought that Celestia would probably partner with an unlicensed vigilante. At least I think there's hope for her yet.
Do you have faith in Necron to make the right decisions?
I have faith in Necron's ability to do what he thinks is right. Which, dare I say, is a step up from Cecily's MO.
So true.
I bet he's a good influence on her. Keeps her grounded.
Oh, Cecily. Your face waxes somber as you think about the past few blinks. Do you think she can get better? I think she wants to get... I want to think she can get away from corporate someday. And find herself, as she was before she lost her main spirit. Do you think that's possible? Cinare's face is sympathetic.
I think she could. I'd like to think she could. I think deep down she knows what's right, and that counts for something.
Maybe she can leave the city. She told me about this farm she found with a group of children. There's one in particular she spoke to who said that they traded food in exchange for sovereignty. They said they were committed to non-violence.
That's so sweet.
I know Secily can't choose to be good. I know you think Secily can't choose to be good. And a lot of times you're right. But I don't think I've ever seen her as proud as I don't think I've ever seen her so proud of someone before. She really loved them, even if they hated what she was.
Maybe you could talk her into going back there when she's done with this.
I think she would like that. She takes out another cigarette. Mshiri and Albion seem like they get along, Mshiri and Albion seem like they get along, especially they're both spirit. They're.
I don't know.
I also have reservations to think that. I really do think that, especially at this point in the story, Albion's attitude would be, they would not clash very well. Also, it's a matter of, like, 18-year-old versus, like, 30-year-old.
Yeah.
You decide to ask how the data was stolen.
I can think of a couple ways it could happen, but there's one that's foolproof. Way back in the day, there was a backdoor into corporate's data network that could be accessed through the GPS tech they put into their trailers. There was some bad programming in the account indices that let anyone with a trucker's license make an admin account. Most folks who took advantage of it got rooted out pretty early because they thought it'd be funny to fuck up the schedules with, like, bullshit jokes and shit. And some others figured they could cheat the system to assign themselves easy jobs. But I wouldn't be surprised if some people still had access to it. No way Cobra walks away from that big of a screw-up without it coming back to bite him.
And this is useful data. The kind worth paying for.
You wouldn't believe the kinds of particulars you could pull with those credentials. Any truck, any cargo, anytime. Cesar could take a shit and mail it to you, know.
Gross. Can you think of anyone suspicious? Perhaps a client who seemed too informed?
Not off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've seen a lot of my regulars. Well, actually, wait. There is one person. Gods, what was her name?
She crosses her arms and stares at the distance, trying to remember.
Remind me about this when we get back to my shop. I might know someone you can look into.
She looks back to you.
Was there anything else, or was that all you needed?
Is she referring to Hayden?
Who?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I fuck the other than
No.
the gold blood in next.
No, she's not.
Okay. You decide to ask how Cinare lost her job.
You really want to know? I feel like it would just make you sad. Or it would just make me seem like an ass.
You don't have to tell me. I just want to understand what you've been through.
Sure. Okay, here goes. So, when I was pretty young, I would spend a lot of time wandering at nights. I was trying to figure out how far I could stretch my survival ability, so I tried to stay awake for as long as possible. I would pick a direction and then walk for hours just to kill time.
Because your survival ability lets you stay awake, right?
Right. Well, this one night I walked farther than I'd ever walked before. I was excited, right? My little kid brain was like, what if I find something no one's ever seen before? And ended up walking all the way to the depths. There were these, like, mountains of garbage, just massive piles of shit people threw away that had washed up back up on shore. It smelled awful, like you wouldn't believe. But just before I turned to book it, I heard someone. I don't know if you ever heard what someone sounds like when they can't scream anymore, like after they've been yelling for hours. It was this like rasping, heaving noise, crying and choking all at once. I followed down the shore and there was this guy down there. One of the mountains had shifted and he got his leg run through by this old metal wiring, so he was bleeding to the sand, and
She takes a breath.
there's this other guy just watching him, waiting for him to die. But the guy down there saw me, he pointed at me, he kept trying to yell. The other guy must have gotten freaked out or something, because when he saw me too, he jumped up and started digging around the guy's clothes. He just stole his money and ran away. And the guy kept on trying to scream for me to help him, but I was so scared. And I ran away too.
Oh God, Cinare.
I know. I was so stupid. I didn't know what to do. But as I kept getting older, I kept telling myself that I was never going to become like that. And I was never going to be like that, you know? I was going to have money, and I was going to be important enough that someone would come for me. So as soon as I was old enough, I applied to work at corporate. And I gave them everything. Sweeps of my life. They asked me to do some awful things to people. I didn't even think twice about it. Because I was going to be important enough that someone would come. When I met you, I just got promoted to big leagues. And it was so weird because no one there was any better than the places I've been before. And they're all just people. People who did horrible things. And I was one of them. But you weren't horrible, Mshiri. You helped people. One day they told me I was gonna have to cut corporate assistance to, like, low priority individuals. And I was like, what the hell does that even mean, low priority? It just meant people like me. People they could afford to replace. And I was going to do it. I had the phone in my hand. But I started thinking about that guy who just watched someone to die just to take his money. And I couldn't do it. Called my boss back and told him to stick it. But he just passed it on to someone else and it cut it anyway. I swear I screamed for hours when I found out. I started thinking, like, why would anyone come for me now? What have I done to deserve being saved? The only thing I could think to do was to go to the executive about it. And, well, you know how that turned out.
You lean into her. She pulls you closer.
You know, for a while I was worried to like Secily better than me. Because she wasn't already fucked. Like, that the difference between me and her was that she was still fighting, and I already gave up.
But you didn't give up.
No, you're right. I know that now. It's just hard for me to get out of that headspace. She's so much like I was.
For a moment, the two of you are silent. But Cinare quickly shakes off her funk.
Phew! Alright. Now that that's over, ask me something else. Give me another one, Mshiri. Oh. Is that it?
Well, I did want to ask you one other thing.
Shoot.
You decide to ask if Cinare's serious about leaving.
Yeah. I think I am. I mean, not without you, of course, but I think it would be really good for me to get out of here.
And you wouldn't be worried about leaving everything behind?
Well, that's just it. I don't really have much left here. I could find a bunch of truckers to work with anywhere. The only thing I'd want to stick around for is you.
You think about that for a moment. It's strange. The more she talks about it, the more you want to run away with her.
Why do you ask? Were you thinking about coming with me?
You want to say yes. Your heart is telling you to say yes.
I'm gonna try to talk you into it, alright? Ready? If it gets to be too much, just let me know, and I'll back off.
Okay.
She would have died either way. If not then soon after.
How can you say that? How can you know?
Let me help you understand something, regular Yopara. People die, things happen, and it is our job to keep moving forward. You think I have never been through withdrawal? You think I've never bonded in 144 sweeps? I still feel that pain. I felt that ache every day for longer than you've been alive.
Then you know what it means.
I know what your mind tells you it is. We are vessels, Regulator. We carry our pain and it shapes us. We learn from it, and just as you should now. Do you not see how she was holding you back? How much stronger you are now that you have something to fight for?
You feel like you're gonna be sick. I will never forgive you. Your actions have costed me everything.
Frankly, Regulator, I was never asking for your forgiveness. I am asking you to look past the hate and realize that this is what you were made for. What we were made for.
Respectfully, sir, if this was what I was made for, I would have preferred to have never been made. I will be submitting my resignation. Find someone else.
What are you so afraid of, Yopara, that an old dying man is telling you to do something you didn't already want to? That you are becoming a monster? How many of you killed Regulator? Where is the line between troll and abomination?
They found her in a barrel, sir. There was nothing left for me to bury.
And I have shoveled piles of dead away to save what is left of this world. Are you so weak that you refuse to steel your nerve over one woman? This is how you survive the future, Yopara. This is the only way forward. If you leave now, you will destroy any shred of relevance Robiot has left.
You don't know what to do. You want to leave. You want to get far, far away from this place. But leave. I've done so much harm, sir. I won't do any more.
This world needs you, Secily. You are the thin line that stands between order and chaos.
Stay. There are people who need me here.
There are people who need you out there, Mshiri. People who don't have anyone else.
Leave. With all due respect, sir, there are other regulators. Surely they can handle things.
But not without your touch. Not with the same artistry. You are the only one I trust to watch over them.
Stay. But Secily needs me.
Can't be an excuse. You can't spend the rest of your life living for someone else.
Leave. I only lived for her, sir. I cannot continue to serve the same institution that took so much from me.
Build a new one and find something to live for. Sestra will listen. I love you, Mshiri. I know this is a hard decision, but I'm going to be with you no matter what you decide. I just want to see you happy. This may be your only chance to save what little is left, regular Yopara. The only thing holding you back from redemption is yourself.
Okay. I'll leave with you as soon as the case is over. Yes, sir. I will stay, sir.
So, how are you feeling, gamer?
We're not over yet.
Yeah, we're not over.
Someday soon, you will walk through the trees outside of here like she does. You will visit the forests and the cities like your ancestors did. And no matter where you end up, you know that place will be better than here. This cold won't last forever. You sure of it? There will come a time again when the sun is of pleasant things again. So you bring her inside as she breaks down. Because you're here with her now. Because you won't be here forever. She tells you she needs you. You tell her you know. And when the phone rings, you already know who it is. Now might not be the best time, Cinare.
Shit, sorry. Just one thing. Have you heard of a gal named Yeshin Lavis?
You don't have the heart to tell her.
Haha.
God damn it. You can't just... Oh.
Yeah. So, what did you think?
I'm gonna need to decompress after this stream.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Cinare's route is... absolute agony.
It's so much. It's so much.
The Say Leave section just, it hurts my soul.
Understandable. Both of these stories hurt just in such different poignant ways, actually.
Yeah.
Oh
Also, thank you to the people who complimented us on our voice acting.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. What the fuck? Okay, I see the Cinare up top, and then fuck it. I can't tell if that's Glommer or that's fucking Necron in the goddamn Bart suit.
It's Glommer.
Okay. Glommer is reconsidering anything. Volume 9 is a pair of two glorious stories in this. I already knew Glommer was great. I hadn't seen Cinare yet. Well,
now you did, and wow, that is a heart-wrench and a half.
God, I don't even... There's so much. It is so genuinely much. Oh my god.
Yes, Glommer's route is amazing, but like Cinare's route is just... it is a fucking punch in the gut.
Glommer's route, even though it's mostly the plot of this volume, is honestly kind of comic relief. It's very much about just the misery of Glommer working a job that he hates, and like Secily revolting just the nature of what Glommer has to do, and then Necron being like, "Oh yeah, I'll do this." It's very funny. But
yeah, I'm glad that for this whole playthrough we've been going left to right for route choosing, because this is one of those volumes where I feel like, no, you have to do Glommer and then Cinare.
Yeah, there's no way you can do Cinare's route first. It's a lot. Technically, I knew that the executive showed up at some point because I knew that was the executive's office that Dawn had drawn, but I didn't know when.
I've shown Austin the background art, but obviously he had like no context for it, so...
No, I didn't, and then pieces started to come together as we read this, as we read Vast Error and Snowbound. Okay.
You want to do the tier list?
Yeah, I need a moment.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay,
Yeah, like, if you're not convinced that Snowbound Blood is important for knowing about Vast Error, like, story and plot and everything, Volume 9 definitely convinces you otherwise.
This is straight up, like you get Elsie lore. This is a huge, like, Elsie and Ardchek drop.
Like both in Glommer's route with like the reduplication scene, and also just the executive basically just doing story exposition to Secily.
Yes, it really is a lot. Okay, 3 characters this time. Oh god.
Executive, Glommer, and Cinare.
Okay. Glomer is a lot of fun.
He's very fun, yes.
I will put him below Gerbat, but above Vilcus.
Okay.
He's a lot of fun. I just want him to have a break. Please let him. Please give him a break.
Also, just love his dynamic with Secily. Like, it's generally something that's never seen before in Snowbound Blood. It's really fun to see someone just really not give a shit, or at least pretend to not give a shit around Secily.
Yeah, it's very
and
funny.
I just be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I really do like the number of foils that this story has, because they're genuinely very fascinating to have Secily basically get her shit fucked every single route, because it's just one person after another who Secily has no fucking way of interacting with. It's massively funny. Cinare goes above Mshiri.
Cinare phenomenal.
Cinare is very good.
Yeah, I kind of went off with like reading her lines for her backstory.
You did. You
not gonna lie.
You went ham, my guy.
You know how like when you're like reading very emotional lines where the character's crying,
yes,
but you do it too good and then you also start crying?
Yes.
I did that.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. Very genuinely. I feel that a lot. I'm actually doing one thing here. I'm putting Necron above Murit.
Okay.
The more we read Necron, the more it makes me just love him. He's such a good pairing with Secily, and he's just such a good character on his own. I love him.
Yeah.
I agree with Ghost. You popped off like 1,000,000%. Hot damn.
Thank you.
You
now understand why I enjoy reading Cinare's lines.
Okay, so I'm gonna be real here. I'm putting the executive in special help, but it's complicated here because like technically speaking here, in terms of how we have seen him so far, he's a bastard, and I'd put him in no category. But just because the executive is straight up a capitalist who thinks that he's been saving Reptonian society for nearly 150 sweeps. He's just he literally called himself a messiah, which is extremely fucked up, and he's got a big ego, and he can go rot because I'm tired of capitalists. Simply, no more capitalists.
Yeah, and it's like, obviously, like, it's easy to feel bad for him because of like the shit that he has went through in all of those centuries of living. And it's like, it's hard not to feel bad for the guy and sympathize with him even a little bit.
Sure,
but
it's
also yes, he is a bastard, and he did let Cecily's Batesprit fucking die. And he literally was just like, oh, she was holding you back. And it's like, man, fuck off.
No, he does exude, he does radiate the immortality paradox, where living forever makes you lose everything, can make you lose everything worth living, and that's a genuinely heartbreaking thing sometimes. I really do agree, but
he's basically the symbol of generational trauma, not just with Secily, but like with Cestro as well, that you'll see later, but he's...
Oh, I know.
He's the paragon of generational trauma.
I've definitely seen at least 2 panels from Intermission 2 where he and Cestro kind of go off, but I don't know what happens. I can guess what happens, and I don't like it, but I don't know. So when we get to that, we'll get to that.
Yes.
Also... Here's the thing. One last one last thing about this is that Hamifi is a real oddball, this one, where it's really interesting to see her, this other side of her, but, like, at the same time, I'm kind of in the same position with the executive, where, oh, I'm so tired of capitalists. I'm so tired. So just to see her kind of pull the shit towards Glommer, honestly makes me kind of want to put her down in okay. Like, it's nothing about this. This has always been about how I feel about them, never about, like, the quality of the writing, because the writing is incredible, but very genuinely, I'm so tired of capitalists, so yes, she is going down an okay.
Okay.
No more capitalists. Please, 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 you're nothing.
God. You saying that makes me really excited for when we get to volume 11.
Oh, fear. Oh, boy. Well...
I said that a lot more ominously than I was trying to let on, but yeah.
Fair enough. Also, Heather, is this heartbreak because I've knocked Hamifi down?
Yeah. Hamifi.
I am sorry, but once again, I must stress this. I am so tired of capitalists. Oh my god. Yes, but jokingly.
Yes, but jokingly.
Yeah, fair. It's fair. Okay. Alright. That's where I think this all stands right now, honestly. Yep. I think that's very fair. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, alright. With that said, I think that will do it for us tonight. We aren't done yet, actually. Oh? Hello. What's up?
Oh.
What's up, bud?
Yes, Austin.
I am looking.
Gotta wait until he types out his.
Fuck off!
Oh
Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? More shoe. You want to tell me what this is all about? Listen, Link, as I walk through the valley of the faces of evil, I take a look at my shop and realize this is illegal, cause I've been selling rope and bombs so long that even Impa thinks that my mind is gone good. I'm an educated clerk with rupees on my mind, got a gem in my hand and a gleam in my eye. I'm a more shoe set trippin' trader, and my homies is down, don't rouse on my anger. Sus, that ain't nothing but a bad deal away. I'm living live, sell or die. What can I say? I'm 26 now, but will I live to see another year? Right, things are going, I don't know. Tell me, why are we so blind to see that the bombs we buy hurt you and me? Huh? My boy been spending most their lives living in the Morseshoes paradise. Been spending most their lives living in the Morseshoes paradise. Been spending most their lives living in the Morseshoes paradise. Been spending most their lives living in the Morseshoes paradise.
I just want to take a moment to say thank you, Ostinato. I was very close to the mic. Hopefully that came across.
I've been waiting to use it several PvG streams. I thought volume would be the best place for it.
Please, thank you.
You got me there because I needed that. I was in a whole like funk just because like this is a heavy route. Yeah, I needed that. Thank you, bud. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. You thought that things wouldn't get worse after Gerbat saw, did you?
No, I did. No, I expected them to be there. I expected them... if I'm being honest, what I've expected is that... as far as I can... The only real one that I've had, like, any really thoughts about is that I've thought that Volume 10 would be a bit of a breather route, because ultimately I know that Volume 11 is where shit gets real, like really, really real. So I was thinking to myself that Volume 10 might be a breather, but that's really it. But no, it's just, we like to make ourselves suffer here.
Yeah.
Oh, you really like inflicting the pain.
We absolutely love the agony that Vast Error and everything about it gives to us.
Jesus. You all at Decon Reconstruction really like to give out pain and suffering.
I know, it's my favorite product.
It's my favorite product. I can't wait to see on shop.deconreconstruction.com just a listing for pain and suffering. We do a moderate amount of tomfoolery. This is true. This is very
So
true. Alright then. With that said, I think that'll do it us for tonight. So, I just want to say, thank you all very much for joining me. I really genuinely appreciate it. I'll be back next week. 3 streams that week. Probably Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Honestly, we'll see, but we'll see. And with that said, Donnovan?
Yeah?
Any final words?
Cinare best girl.
Ooh. Ooh, okay. Okay. I can dig that. I can dig that.
Yeah.
Although Yenshin still might have my heart. Anyways, thank you all.
Understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fucking twirling I'm putting my finger to my cheek cheekily. Good taste? Thank you, Austin.
Yeah.
Alright. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care, and good night. Bye-bye!